game. It wasn't that. It wasn't the Seahawks game I was doing earlier. It was just what I saw recently. So during the time of when I was off my stream, in between, I would normally, well, in this case, I would normally have an introduction, like a little introduction, previewing my stream. But I'm still recovering from what I saw from the Commanders. I mean, Jaden Daniels. Oh my gosh. Jaden Daniels pulled an Aaron Rodgers right there. He really did. Because, oh my gosh, I am still recovering from that. I'm still recovering. And my goodness. Jaden Daniels, for those of you that did not catch it, that are just right now joining the stream, basically, what happened was the Commanders Jaden Daniels threw a bomb from all the way deep down at like the 30-yard line. And Jaden Daniels passed a bomb deep down the field, and he was batted off of some of the Bear defenders. And then Noah Brown, wide open in the back, was just, he just caught it right in there for a touchdown that walked it off. My goodness, I'm still recovering from that. But anyways, welcome to this Sunday night live stream, my first Sunday night live play-by-play of the season. And we are going over as the Dallas Cowboys are on the road in San Francisco to take on the 49ers. Now, a lot is at stake for both of these teams. The Cowboys trying to avoid going under 500 once again. They are trying to avoid it because they're 3-3 after getting humiliated by Detroit about 2 weeks ago. The Niners, on the other hand, are trying to get back to 500 after losing to the Kansas City Chiefs again. So my goodness, this game is going to be ugly. This game could be either destruction made by the team known as the 49ers. It could be an absolute demolition to the Cowboys, or it could be relatively close. Because the Cowboys, they have just struggled at stopping the cold, which is the one. And then the Niners, they just cannot stay healthy. But this game will decide pretty much the length of these two seasons. So this is going to be a very interesting game. So, I mean, it's going to be interesting. I did a live stream about a few hours ago when I was going over the Seahawks. And man, that game was just ugly. And now if the Niners win this game, they will take sole possession of first place in the NFC West. Which I'm okay with it. I really am. Because I knew going into this game against Buffalo was a test. I saw it 1,000% being a test. And the Seahawks, I'm not expecting playoff-wise. I'm not expecting even to win the division. I just want to at least have an over 500 record. At the very least. Because the next few games are very winnable for the Seattle Seahawks. But tonight is not about the Seahawks. It is about the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. So, man, the Cowboys, they have just been absolutely getting whooped, as we have seen from them in the past few weeks. They got absolutely obliterated in each of their home games, which they have been destroyed. The Saints posted up 44 on them, and then since then the Saints have not been the same. And then a week later they would get absolutely demolished by the Ravens. They were trying to come back, but it wouldn't help them. It didn't help them. And then, last but not least, the last 2 weeks ago, the Cowboys just got destroyed by the Lions, and the Lions got their revenge for what happened last time, which was the play known as, I don't know if any of you saw last season, but it was pretty much it was a 2-point attempt, and it was thrown into the end zone, caught by Tyler Decker, but apparently he didn't report as eligible. But the Lions got the revenge of what happened that last game. But this is going to be a very fascinating game. So, man, I mean, this game is going to be fascinating because it could honestly be very, very ugly, this game. But this is going to be a very fun game. I'm excited to see what can happen. I believe it's going to be very close and not a blowout this time, like the Seahawks one. I'm hoping it's not a blowout, but we'll see what happens. But I'm just letting a few of my family members know that my stream has started. So I'm just sending that out to a few people while we wait for the game to kick into gear. So we're waiting for the game to kick into gear. So the Niners, they have beaten up the Cowboys the last 3 times, which they have just been destroyed and absolutely obliterated by the 49ers. So I believe that this is going to be a very, very close game, but it's going to be a really good one. But let me see. But man, this is going to be an interesting showdown. I mean, the Niners have had potential. The Niners have had potential all year long. And they've just been held back because of injuries. They have just been absolutely diminished. And they're not going to, it's not like they're going to win a Super Bowl because they can't beat Kansas City. And I've been going on a few rants throughout the beginning and present of the season because I've said this. The Niners, as long as they don't beat the Chiefs, they are not going to win the Super Bowl. I've stated this on a variety of occasions. And this is the most recent example of it. So, the Niners, they are about to take on the Dallas Cowboys. The 49ers losing last week to the team known as the Kansas City Chiefs again. And then the Cowboys 2 weeks ago got absolutely annihilated by the Detroit Lions. And just looking at this game from a perspective, it's going to be very ugly. It really is. Because the Niners have been banged up and so have the Cowboys. I have no idea if Micah Parsons is going to be back this game. I have the Niners picked in this game. So, but the Lions, they're right now the top NFC frontrunner. But man, the Lions, they were just going to town on the Tennessee Titans. So I'm going to recap some of the stuff that has happened in the matter of the last few hours. The Lions absolutely obliterated the Tennessee Titans. And then most recently, the Commanders pulled off a vintage moment as Jaden Daniels threw a bomb down the field to complete a catch to Noah Brown and win the game for the Commanders. So, the Commanders are no joke. They are no joke. So, the Commanders are now sitting at 6-2. And you know what? I'm going to pull up the standings here really quick so we can look at them together. So, Siri, what is the NFL standings? So, currently as we look at it right now, the division leaders of each of the divisions is the AFC East. Of course, it's still Buffalo. In the AFC North, it is the Pittsburgh Steelers that play tomorrow night. That after the loss that the Ravens had suffered to the Cleveland Browns. Did not expect that at all. And then the Texans are still in the lead of the AFC South, probably the most wide open division in the AFC because the Colts, they are just not getting by. And then the Chiefs, still undefeated, they are just going off. And the Chiefs are 7-0 and undefeated still. And then the Commanders are still in the lead of the NFC East. The Lions are retaining the lead of the NFC North. The Falcons lead the NFC South after a big win against Tampa Bay. And then, last but not least, at the moment, it could change. But you know what? It might not because this team has a head-to-head advantage against the 49ers. Surprisingly in the lead of the NFC West at the moment, the Arizona Cardinals. That's right. The Cardinals, for the first time this season, have taken number one in the entire NFC West. And man, that is a surprise. I did not know that the Cardinals had taken the lead. And they'll keep the lead throughout the week because the Niners, they lost to the Cardinals. And if they win regardless, they are going to sit down at number 2. So the Seattle Seahawks are currently sitting at number 2 at the moment. It depends on what happens in this game between the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. The Niners should get the win, but I would laugh so hard if they lost. I would laugh so hard. I would laugh my tail off. And I'm happy with either team losing. Preferably, I would prefer a tie, but either team losing, I'll take it because I cannot stand the Cowboys. Cannot stand them. But the Niners are about to take the field against the Cowboys in one of the most classic rivalries in the NFL, which is the Niners and the Dallas Cowboys. They have met up in a few NFC Championship appearances, primarily through the 80s and 90s. Now, I'm not familiar with that because I didn't look it up. I didn't even think to look it up because this was a last-minute decision. Because I just wanted to do Seattle and the Bills, but I decided to do the Sunday night showdown because I just wanted to give it a run to see on how things would go. And my channel, sure, doesn't have about 400 subscribers yet, but I still want to try to get as many viewers as entirely possible. But I might be able to do on Monday night. I might. Because the Steelers and the Giants do go toe-to-toe, and I do want to see on how that game turns out. I'm going to make a decision near the end of the show on if I'm going to do the Giants and Steelers game. I'm going to make a decision at the end of the show. So, but man, it's going to be very interesting, this game. But let me know in the comments on who you guys have. Do you have the Cowboys or do you have the 49ers? Let me know in the comments. Let me know on which team you have picked and why. But we're about to get things started here. The Sunday night anthem is about to go off. The Sunday night anthem is about to start. So we should be getting underway here in a little bit. But man, this game is going to be ugly. I'm just warning y'all right now. It's going to be ugly for one team either way. Because both sides are very banged up. And they're both in the pit right now. Because the Cowboys, last time I checked, they were 3rd place in the division, right ahead of the New York Football Giants. And then the 49ers sit at last place of the division right now. But if they get the win, they would jump up to at least 2nd place. Because the Cardinals have the head-to-head advantage against the 49ers. So, and the Niners, they have not been too impressive. And I know Niner fans are going to get on me saying, oh, we've been struggling with injuries. Part of that is true. Because the Niners have been banged up. I'm going to give them a pass on some of the stuff that they've been banged up. But when you have a game against Kansas City, you need to beat them. You need to beat Kansas City no matter what. Because if you can't beat Kansas City, as for every NFL team, you're not going to win a Super Bowl. So we'll see, of course, what happens. But the Sunday night anthem is about to get started. So we are moments away from kickoff as Dak Prescott, one of the most overpaid quarterbacks in the NFL, takes on Brock Purdy and the 49ers. Now, Brock Purdy, that brother deserves his money because he's playing at a really good level. Of course, he hasn't been playing at that for the last 2 weeks. But they've been getting by. The Niners had a close game against Seattle. The Seahawks tried their best to come back in that game, but they ultimately couldn't do it because the Niners were just running down their throat. And I just think the Seahawks, their run defense is just not working. So if the Seahawks can do a similar thing of what they did on that Thursday night game against the 49ers in Santa Clara in 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, then I might be able to see us get the win. But I still have the 49ers winning the division Because right now, the Niners are still banged up, but they right now have it in their favor. Because they've got a relatively easy schedule coming up, except for the next few games. They got the Cowboys this week, and then they go on their bye. And then they go against the Buccaneers that are without Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And then they go against the Seahawks again in Santa Clara, which are trying to sweep them for the third straight year. And then after that, you got the Packers, which you all have had the Packers number for the last few years. But the Packers, they are looking dangerous. Then the Buffalo Bills, who the Seahawks just lost to. But other than that, it is good. And then you also still have to face the Lions. That did not forget about what happened last time in that NFC Championship. I mean, the Lions, they are looking like the legit dog of the NFC. But this game, both sides' seasons are on the line. Because the Cowboys, their schedule's not going to get any easier, and so is the Niners. Both sides are going to have a very difficult schedule coming up. The Cowboys, the next week, they will be on the road against Atlanta. And then the 49ers will have their bye week this week. So, hoping to try to go into the bye week with a win. But if they lose, I would laugh so hard. I really would. But, game is about to get started. And the Sunday Night Anthem just wrapped up. So, we are about underway in San Francisco. In the Bay. We're almost live from the Bay. So that's going to be an interesting game. So we're still waiting for kickoff. So, man, this is going to be a very big game determining both these sides' seasons. It really is. Because if the Niners lose to a team like the Cowboys that are as rough and banged up as they are not going to make a playoff appearance. And I mean this. If the 49ers do not beat the team known as the Cowboys, they ain't making the playoffs. Because if you cannot stop a run game that is the Cowboys with only Rico Dowell and Zeke Elliott, you're not going to make the playoffs. I'm speaking it as it is. And the next two games are difficult. Primarily in the Seahawks, Packers, Bills, Niners. Not Niners, the Lions. They all could be very dangerous if this team does not get the win. If they lose, their season could likely be over. Because the Niners schedule ain't getting any easier. The Bears, they're looking like something but lost to the Commanders at the last second. But it's a battle. And the NFC is stacked. So, let me see. I got a text from someone. Okay. Alright, a friend messaged me. But this is going to be very, very interesting. This game is going to be gritty. So, now the Niners, the game is still waiting to be kicked off. We are moments away from kickoff. But I want to set a goal of this game. I want to set a goal. And I'm hoping to at least get 10 subscribers in this stream. At least 10. And if we can get more, then that would be good. And 10 at the least. I want to set a goal for that every single stream. I want to try to set the goal of getting 10 subscribers each time. I want to try and set that goal. But as I can see, there's no people in here right now. But this game is going to be very interesting. And I think it could go either way. Because the Cowboys, they've struggled, and so have the Niners. Both of these sides have not been looking like themselves. The Cowboys cannot stop the cold, which is the one. The Niners, they are just too banged up to do anything. And in this rate, the division is anyone's right now. The NFC West is out there for the taking. And just from what I'm looking at right now, the Rams are right now better than the Niners, even though they were banged up in that game. The Cardinals right now are better than the 49ers at the moment. And then Seattle, I mean, they haven't beaten them in some time, but it's anybody's game right now in the NFC West. But here we go. We are about to get started on Sunday Night Football as the Dallas Cowboys are on the road in San Francisco to take on the 49ers in a very classic rivalry showdown. Very classic rivalry between these two sides. And man, there have been great names in this rivalry. There's been like Joe Montana. There has been Jerry Rice. There's been Troy Aikman. There's been Michael Irvin, Emmitt Smith. There are big names in this rivalry. And this rivalry is going to ultimately determine both of these sides' seasons. Either the Niners win and keep their season alive, or they fall. And playoff hopes are thin as glass. And then the Cowboys are trying to win this game to keep their playoff hopes alive. Excuse me, got a little phlegm in my throat. My bad. Hold on, let me get this little drink of water. And then the Cowboys, they are trying to avoid going under 500. This will be the first time under Mike McCarthy that they've been under 500 since the bubble year of 2020, when the COVID year happened. This will be the first time since 2020 that the Cowboys will be under 500. But this game is ultimately anyone's for the taking because both sides are banged up. Both sides are going to be looking for desperation. But here we go. The 3-3 Dallas Cowboys on the road in San Francisco to take on the 3-4 San Francisco 49ers. So both these sides need to win this game. But ultimately, I think the Niners need to win more because their schedule is difficult that's upcoming. But the Cowboys, they have been pretty good at coming off their bye. From what I know. I don't know if the actual statistics of the Cowboys coming off the bye week under Mike McCarthy, but it's pretty good. So, Deebo Samuel is in uniform. He's been dealing with an illness. I forgot what the illness was. What the illness was. So, Deebo Samuel is in uniform. So, he will be playing in this game. So Deebo right now is in. He's been suffering with amnesia, or what was it called? I don't remember at this exact moment. But I know it was a serious sickness, serious illness. So we're glad that the brother's okay. But Dalvin Cook is also on the field for the Dallas Cowboys this week, along with Ezekiel Elliott. But it's not like their running game is going to be a factor unless they can actually get something going, because the Niners defense has not been good this year. And because of injuries also. But here we go. Kyle Shanahan's third time in the last, or actually fourth time in the last 4 years playing against the Dallas Cowboys. And this is going to be a really good game. This is going to be really good. Frank Gore in attendance and lighting up the foghorn. I believe it's like a Niners tradition. But here we go. The Niners have won the toss. They have elected to defer to the second half. So the Cowboys will be getting it first. And Kevontae Turpin will return it for the Dallas Cowboys. So, a big-time rivalry game. Both teams' seasons are on the line. And ultimately, this game could decide both of these teams' seasons. So, Niners are about to kick off to the Dallas Cowboys as we are about to get started on Sunday Night Football. The 49ers have won the toss. They have elected to defer. So that means the Cowboys will receive first. Kevontae Turpin in the back of the end zone to return it for the Dallas Cowboys. And Dak Prescott will receive the ball first. So, big game for both these teams. And the Niners fans are loud and proud in this stadium right now. There's more red than there is blue. But this is a huge, big-time rivalry. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what each team can do. But, and what is taking the kickoff so long? I believe they're just getting the kick ready and set. It's still daytime in the Pacific, in the West Coast, as it is still sunshine. I'm currently in nighttime right now, as you can see behind me. But here we go. We're finally about to get underway in San Francisco. And the Cowboys will receive first. And Turpin, we're turning it down the right side. And he's got room down to the 30. There is a flag down as the return happens. And about 99.9% of the time, it is on the receiving return team. And it is, as it is an illegal formation against the Dallas Cowboys return team, which, how is that even possible? I don't understand it with the new kickoff rules. I don't understand that one bit. But here we go. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys trying to get a win to stay over 500. And if they lose, they could likely drop to third to last place in the division of the NFC East. So here we go. Dak Prescott. He takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Zeke, and gets about 6 on the game, as it is a gain of 6 on the carry by Ezekiel Elliott. And Dak Prescott, his QB rating has been an 85.5, which is a career low for Dak Prescott. He's had 8 touchdowns and 6 interceptions throughout the season. So Dak Prescott trying to avoid throwing a pick here, especially on a road environment like San Francisco. 2nd and 3, it was a gain of 7. So 2nd down and 3. Prescott looks to throw it. Does, and it is one-handed caught by CeeDee Lamb. And what a catch by Lamb. And that is a first down, Cowboys. And I'm honestly happy with either side winning. I'm happy with either side because either way, one of my most disliked team loses. But my gracious, what a haul-in by CeeDee Lamb. And that is a first down for the Cowboys. So, Prescott flips it back to the running back, which is Zeke, and is brought down, maybe a loss of 1 on the play. And now bring up 2nd down and 11. But the Niners, they've had a few rookies show up in Malik Mustafa. He is a big-time rookie, and that guy got trucked last week when they were playing the Kansas City Chiefs by Patty Mahomes, which that was still a big hit, by the way. And then also along with Ricardo Anthony, a rookie from Florida State, and Prescott threw. It is caught by Lamb, a gain of 5 to 6 on the play. And now bring up the first 3rd down of the game. So 3rd down coming up for the Dallas Cowboys. Can they get the first down and try to keep this drive going? It is 3rd down and 5 for the Dallas Cowboys as they are trying to get a huge first down and trying to get points on the board early. They are at their own 41-yard line. Can the Cowboys get the first? Prescott hands it off up the middle, but is snuffed immediately and is going nowhere on the play. It is Fred Warner in there on the tackle. And now force the Cowboys to punt it. No surprise there because the Niners defense has been phenomenal in some parts more than others. But last week they were just getting annihilated by Kansas City. But this week they are really stepping it up. Their run game is getting better, especially since they were going against Kareem Hunt last week. It's going to be a very interesting game. And already the Cowboys are forced to punt early in this ball game. As not only 4 minutes have come off the clock. And Anger will kick it back to the 49ers. And it is caught, and it is number 19, Jacob Cowling, the rookie out of Arizona, I believe. Yeah, Arizona. and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not familiar with some of these rookie receivers. I'm familiar with some of them more than others. But Purdy and the Niners will get the ball next after the break. But man, this has become man. The Niners defense looked really good on that first drive, on the first set of downs. The only big pass they gave up was to CD Lamb. So if they can keep up the defense the way they did on that drive, they can win this ball game. And the Niners, they have just destroyed the Cowboys for the last few years, and we might potentially be seeing that once again. As the Cowboys have been forced to punt, it was Jacob Cowing, the rookie out of Arizona, with the return. And I mean, it's interesting this NFL season. The NFC West is very much wide open, and then the NFC North is just a gauntlet right now. And then the NFC South is always as it always is, as one of the worst divisions in the NFL, or probably the NFC. And then, of course, in the NFC East, the Commanders, surprisingly 6-2 after a huge Hail Mary by Jaden Daniels at the end of the game that I just mentioned a few minutes ago. But this is going to be interesting. The Niners now have the football, so we'll see if they can get a touchdown on the board. They had 2 touchdowns against Kansas City last week, but the Chiefs defense ain't the Cowboys defense, which is trash. The Cowboys defense has not been able to stop the run, but they've been undefeated on the road so far, trying to avoid losing out on the road for the first time this season. They have been the opposite of last year. They are losing all their home games, but winning all of their road games. They've been the exact opposite of last year. The prime exact opposite. So, I mean, the Cowboys, you just never know. They're just a joke waiting to happen. Which, actually, speaking of that, I recently had a new shirt made for the Cowboys. I wanted to take a moment to try to troll them. I don't know if you guys can see that. This is one side of it that I have. This is the back of the shirt. And then on the front is this. Just to show to some maybe Cowboy fans here. But this is a shirt that I had custom ordered. I'm just going to use it to troll Cowboy fans whenever I can. Because, heck, who doesn't love to troll the Cowboy fans? I mean, the Cowboys, I respect as a team. It's just their fans I cannot stand. But Purdy flips it back to Deebo Samuel on the first carry, but is snuffed immediately by the Dallas Cowboys defense. I could not see who it was on the bring down. I'll see the replay and see on who it was. Because the Cowboys, they have been banged up. I don't know if Micah Parsons is still in this game because he's been dealing with some kind of injury. It was number 13, I believe, on the stop. So it looks like they at least have DeMarcus Lawrence back. But Purdy, he's in the shotgun. Quick throw, it is caught. And it is Ricky Pearsall, the rookie out of Florida, with his first catch of the game. And the 31st overall pick with a big catch. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. And, this guy has been... He was sitting out first half of the year because he got shot. Of course, glad that brother is okay. We never like to see anybody get hurt. So I'm happy that Ricky Pearsall is okay, even though I still think that guy is a bust because Niners have plenty of opportunities to get other pieces. And a QB sneak right off the bat, but there is a flag down. So the Cowboys are saying it's against the 49ers, and it is. A false start on the 49ers. It is number 18, Conley. Chris Conley, I believe is his name. I believe another rookie wide receiver. Oh, wait, no, not rookie. I thought that brother was a rookie. So, a false start by number 18. He did not get set. So, that is a big-time costly penalty. That brings up 3rd down and 6 now for the San Francisco 49ers. Trying to get the first down of the game for him. So, Purdy, he is in the back. One running back to the right. He shifts out. Purdy, he looks to throw it. He throws, looking deep down the right, and it is caught by Deebo Samuel. He's still on his feet. He's still going down inside of the 40-yard line, and Deebo Samuel with a big catch for a huge first down. And man, Deebo is just a beast. He's been a beast in the NFL for years. And this guy, even though his number is changed, he has still been a dominant threat in the NFL as far as being both a dual threat running back and also a running back at sometimes, and then also being a receiver. He has been Mr. Reliable for the 49ers. And this guy is just incredible. He kind of gives me vibes of DK Metcalf with the Seahawks. And a run this time to Jordan Mason, the undrafted rookie. I do not remember where he's from, but I believe that this guy will say. But Jordan Mason, he's been the main leader of this rushing game, and he has the second most rushing yards in the NFL, right behind Derrick Henry. And his handoff to Mason again. There is a flag down in the area of holding, and this one might potentially be coming back, as it was a hold. It looks like, yep, and it is a holding against. I'm waiting for the number against Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback for the 49ers, guilty of the hold. So the Niners, another costly penalty. I don't know what's going on. I'm not familiar with them having this many offensive penalties. I'm not familiar with that at all. So the Cowboys, their defense has been really up and down. They've been kind of 50-50. The last game they won on the road was against the black and gold incarnation of a bumblebee in the Pittsburgh Steelers. So instead of it being 2nd down and 6, it is now 2nd down and 16 after the penalty. So I'm not familiar with that from the Niners. So Purdy takes a snap. He looks to throw it. He's being pressured, throws. It is caught, or did it hit the ground? They are saying it's a catch to Ricky Pearsall, the rookie out of Florida. Another catch, and this time a gain of about 6 on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10 for the 49ers. Another 3rd down. They converted the last one, but can they convert this one? Kyle Shanahan has been notorious for giving up 10-point leads in both regular season games and in playoff games, and also along within the Super Bowl. Primarily most notable to the Kansas City Chiefs twice as a member of the 49ers head coaching staff, and then the Patriots come back against the Falcons a few years ago. And Mason runs up the middle, but is not enough for the first down, only a gain of 3. And the 49ers will be forced to a field goal. And they are in are they in field goal range? And it'll be a 50-yard field goal attempt upcoming for the San Francisco 49ers. So, and it will be another new kicker, as the kicking side has had its struggles. And I cannot get the number. It's number 41. I do not know who that is. So the kick is on its way, and this one is good. And the Niners have the early lead against the Cowboys, 3-0. And the 49ers have the early lead. So I'm just checking the notification I got. But now we're going to commercial, so I'm going to mute myself for just a second to help my dog dip it. Sorry about that. I was having a discussion. I'm still living with my my mom. So pretty much, I'm still trying to. I mean, this is a temporary place right now, so this will not be my background every single time I'm on a stream. I'm trying to get to at least either rent out a house or buy a house and try to get a studio set up. But until then, I will just be doing it off the iPad. I'm trying to see if I can get some software going for like to get what other popular YouTubers have up and going. But I mean, it's still a growing process. I've been at this for at least about 3 years. Well, not 3 years. I've been at it for 1.5 years. This is my second season covering NFL coverage and also along with sport coverage all around. Because last year, for those of you that did not catch, I was the time I got eligible to do live streams. It was during the playoffs, so I was able to do the Lions and also Lions versus Bucks, the Chiefs versus the Bills, and then the NFC and the AFC Championship game, and then also along with the Super Bowl. So, I mean, my picks have been really good. I mean, this week I've been kind of struggling because I've been struggling on getting the picks right. But man, the next game on international game is the Giants and the Panthers. Ugh, that should just be changed right now. Because that game in London, that game in Munich, Germany, nobody's going to be watching that except for Giant and Carolina fans. Like, those two teams are just two of the bottom teams of the NFC. Although the Giants' defense has been looking relatively decent. But we'll see, of course, what happens in the near future. But the Niners, after scoring a field goal, now give it back to Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, trying to get points on the board for the Dallas Cowboys. And the punt is off, the kick is off, and it'll be returned by Turpin again. Cutting off inside the middle, gets two more of what he got last time, which he got to the 30-yard line the last kickoff. Now he gets to the 32. Now, the Prescott and the Cowboys offense comes back out onto the field and trying to do better from what they did last time. So, last drive they had a total of 5 plays, from what I can remember. So, Prescott, this brother is just overpaid as heck. This brother, $60 million a year for no playoff, for no NFC Championship game, that is just overrated. But Prescott throws, and that pass is caught by the tight end Jake Ferguson, but is wrapped down immediately after only a gain of 1. And it is the former Green Bay Packer, Devondre Campbell, with the bring down. And what a bring down by Devondre Campbell, the former Green Bay Packer. Hopefully Tom was watching that. But, man, this game is going to be ugly. Oh, and correction, it was a game of 2. So, 2nd down and 8 for the Dallas Cowboys. Trying to get a first down on this carry. And Prescott takes the snap, looks to throw it. He does. It is caught. And I'm trying to get the number. It is Dalvin Cook. Number 20, Dalvin Cook, with the big catch and a huge first down for the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm honestly happy if either side loses. I honestly am. Preferably more the Niners than the Cowboys. But either side losing, I'm cool with it. But Cowboys, they're trying to get some momentum going. 1st and 10 coming up for the Dallas Cowboys at their own 44-yard line. And Prescott hands it off to Dalvin Cook. And is snuffed immediately. No gain on the play. Maybe a potential gain of a half a yard. But Dalvin Cook wrapped up immediately by this 49ers defense. Oh, and it appears that Dak Prescott got engaged last week. Going golfing with his now fiancée. Congrats to him. I like Dak Prescott as a person, but as a player, nah. As a player, no. As a person, yes. But Prescott, that brother just cannot play very good. But Prescott, in the shotgun, looks to throw it. He has time, throws, and it is caught. But did he get enough for the first down? It'll depend on the spot. CeeDee Lamb was the one that made the catch, and they are marking him just a yard short of the first down, and it'll bring a 3rd down and 1 for the Dallas Cowboys. So, Cowboys, they're probably going to at least try to tush push, or at least the Cowboy push. Or at least what the Eagles do, which is the brotherly shove, as some people like to call it. But the referee has something to say. And Oh, they're overruling it. And it is a first down for the Dallas Cowboys. It is a first down for the Cowboys. Let's see where he caught it. And, oh, he did catch it over the line, but his feet weren't down until after he got brought down behind the play. So, if it was going by forward progress, I mean, it's a first. Oh my gosh. That is questionable. I'm not sure about that. But, hey, a first down's a first down. Prescott looks to throw it. He throws deep, looking downfield, and intercepted! It is picked off by 27. And the Cowboys, Dak Prescott throws a pick. And the first pick of the game, and a deep bomb, and it was picked off by Jair Brown with the interception. And the Cowboys, their pass game just does not look good. CeeDee Lamb is their only good receiver right now. But, man, that was a good pick. And it was just clear miscommunication by Turpin. Because he was the guy that was there. I mean, we'll see what happens for this Cowboys team. But it is not looking good. It was picked off near the end zone of the 49ers. So they'll be starting from like their own 6-yard line after the pick. So, man, that was just a bad throw by Dak Prescott. Bad throw. Just miscommunication by Kevondre Turpin. But yeah, from the Cowboys, it's what you expect. From the Cowboys, it's what you expect. But I'm going to take this break and go get some water. But I will be back in just a second. Alrighty, I'm back. So, now that the Niners defense is showing up right now. But the Niners, they need to get something going on offense. They need a touchdown. Because a field goal is not going to do it. They need to do more than just a field goal. Because with the Cowboys, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know if they're going to choke it or if they're going to try to come back. So we'll see what happens, but the Cowboys' defense is still without Micah Parsons, I believe. So, but DeMarcus Lawrence is still back at the least. So that is a good piece back for the Dallas Cowboys defense. But I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the 49ers. Because the Niners, they're just something else. But, alright, it seems like we're about to get back into action. As the 49ers have taken over, I believe last time I saw from the 6 we're about to see right now. So it was picked off near the 49ers end zone. So it'll be first down and 10 coming from a dangerous area. So the Niners, you don't want a sack to happen in the end zone or else that could be a safety. So, and we've not seen much safeties in the NFL this year. It's normally never that big of a thing, but we've seen it for a couple of times. Primarily in the big game against the Seahawks and the Broncos, where the Broncos got 2 safeties. But here we go, first and 10 from the 8. So it is from the Niners' own zone. And a run up to Mason. He's got about, looks like 7.5 yards on the carry. And, I mean, they're showing Bosa. And, yeah, Bosa, I believe, brought pressure during that interception because as Dak Prescott throws, Bosa hit him. So Bosa is just a big piece for the 49ers, which if you're a team, you got to limit Bosa. You got to limit Nick Bosa because he is a big piece. And the 49er is down on the play. I think it's Jordan Mason that is down on the field. So it is second down and 4 at the moment. But Jordan Mason, who carried it, is hurt on the play once again. And the Niners injury list is just continuing to stack up. Just continuing to stack up. And and I'm not saying this as a bad thing, but it's been pretty much a flashback to about the year that they lost the 49ers lost their Super Bowl against the Chiefs in Super Bowl 54. When they had all those injuries, when they had everything just going wrong in their way, they were losing games and ended up giving the division to Seattle. But I'm not saying that's going to happen again. Not that I'm saying it's going to happen again, but something's going to be different. But the Niners, the injuries just keep on piling up. I hope that Jordan Mason is okay. We never like to see anybody get hurt. But, yeah, I mean, that is not good because he's a big piece on their running game. Because Christian McCaffrey is still out, and they just need someone to run it. Because, right, from what I know, there's a guy from Memphis. I'm not familiar with their backup running backs other than Jordan Mason and CMC. I know there's a backup from Memphis, from what I am familiar with. So, and then the Niners, CMC is still out. A few of their other players are still out, but we'll see if they can change anything. But the Niners, the injuries just keep piling up. But, I mean, it was a costly pick by Dak Prescott. But hopefully Jordan Mason is okay. Hopefully he has a fast, healthy, speedy recovery. Because we never want to see anybody get hurt in the NFL. Never. Also, as a quick question to the people in here right now. Who do you guys have picked in the World Series? I stated this during my stream again with the Seahawks and the Bills. Let me know in the comments who you guys have picked for the World Series. Let me know in the comments. If you can, of course. If you have an account. And then I can see your nickname. But, there's CMC. He's still out. And he might be out for the season because from what I've been told, he has had 2 torn Achilles. And Jordan Mason is on his feet. He's on the sideline. He appears to be okay. And he's got his helmet on and everything. So Purdy fakes the handoff, looks to throw it. He does, and it is caught. It is, I believe it's George Kittle. And it is. Yes, George Kittle. On the catch, the reliable tight end for the 49ers with a big catch. So, man, George Kittle, this brother has been phenomenal. He wanted revenge against the Chiefs. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it in the Super Bowl or in the regular season. But, I mean, still, it's going to be a very close game between two sides. And Purdy, he fakes the handoff, looks to throw, a bomb down the left, and it is incomplete. Intended for Deebo Samuel, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. There was a lot of contact, but no flags. So Deebo Samuel was the intended target, but the Niners, Purdy just couldn't get it to him. He just underthrew him, just a smidge. Or correction, just threw it a little bit too far to the left. A little too far to the left. But Deebo Samuel now on the sideline as some of their other pieces come in. Juwan Jennings, of course, is still out for the 49ers, which he's been a big key piece, and I honestly think he should have been paid. But here we go, a handoff up the middle. It is 31 on the carry. I am not familiar with that name. I believe, it's that rookie I'm trying to remember. Louisville. I don't know his name coming right off the top of my head, but I know he's from Louisville. I heard it in the game against Seattle. It's a rookie from Louisville, from the Louisville Cardinals. But Mike Zimmer has just not been an upgrade over Dan Campbell, which Dan Campbell should have been the new head coach for the Cowboys. But here we go. And Purdy throws, and it is overthrown, almost intercepted. Could have been picked off by Trevon Diggs on the play. It was overthrown, and that'll force the 49ers to punt it away. And the Cowboys get a big-time stop. But Purdy, he's the last game he had, I was not able to call this game, But he was constantly throwing it into double coverage. He was constantly doing that. I was like, what in the world is that brother doing? And I realized because of the pressure that they had been bringing with Chris Jones and those boys, they were able to show up. And they just could not get anything going. And a return by Turpin down in around the 35-yard line. And oh boy, we got some extracurricular going on between the Niners and the Cowboys, and that ought to be broken up ASAP. You don't want a flag for extracurricular. And it is still continuously going, and we got a flag. And there's only one flag on the play. This will be all discussed afterwards. But if it's against the Niners, that is just not okay. It's probably going to be against both teams because in that situation, it would probably go against both teams because it is a scramble, it is a fight. But I think Fred Warner was one of those people in the middle of it. So we'll see what happens. They're discussing this all out, and here's the call from the referee. I'm not going to play the sound, but I'll tell you pretty much what they say. So we got personal fouls on some players of the Niners. And, we got penalty. It was personal fouls against both teams. No ejections, but, man, this rivalry is, that's the rivalry at its finest. The Cowboys and the Niners have been hated rivals in non-division play. They've been hated rivals for a long time. But, I mean, it's going to be interesting. But I want to ask a question to the audience, to the two people in here. Who do you have picked in the World Series? Who do you guys have picked in the World Series? Do you have the Dodgers or the Yankees? I want to know. And I had this question asked during the time when I was going over the Seahawks versus the Bills. Of course, we all know what happened. But if you can put in the comments in the chat, it'll be in the chat. You can put it down in the chat of what your answer is. But my pick was the Yankees. My pick was the Yankees, but I'm starting to regret that early. I really am. But man, that's gonna be an interesting World Series. It's been a very big rivalry and it has not been met in the World Series for 40 years. 40 years since the last time the Yankees and the Dodgers met up in the World Series. But I mean, this from what the Niners have shown, they're a good team. They just can't stay healthy. Kind of like every other team in the NFC West. They got great potential, but cannot stay healthy. They cannot stay healthy in the long run. And the 49ers, they are very much injured. Very injured. But hopefully Jordan Mason is okay. He looked like he was pretty much okay most of the time. He was on his feet for about 90% of the time. But, that Wicked movie out and soon to be coming out. That's an interesting one. It's kind of like a ripoff of Wizard of Oz. And I think it's like a prequel to that or something. Also, Sonic 3 almost coming out here soon. We're only 2 months away from Sonic 3 coming out, which I'm a big-time Sonic fan, so I'm very happy about that. Oh, we got a celebrity in the building, Asher Hong, a bronze medalist of the Paris team in the Olympics, and he's in attendance in the 49ers stadium. So, an Olympic bronze medalist in the building. So, I mean, bronze ain't gold. But still, it's a good thing to have. But Prescott, he's in the shotgun. He throws, and it is caught by CeeDee Lamb. He stays on his feet for a second, but is brought down immediately. And Prescott, this man has just not been the same. But in Week 5, they're showing something from Week 5. I'm gonna see this, and then I'm going to explain. Well, it's his footwork. It has to change. Yeah. Yeah, footwork needs to get better, but Dak Prescott in the shotgun. There is a flag in the area of holding. It is caught on the sideline by number 1. It is a first down by Tolbert if it stands. And there's a flag, so this one could possibly be coming back. And it is a hold against the Dallas Cowboys. But wait, there's more. And another hold. 2 holdings on the same play. And it is Jake Ferguson guilty of the hold, the tight end for the Dallas Cowboys. And it would have been a first down except for that penalty. But, I mean, that was a good pass overall over there. I mean, that, let's see, 87. Oh, yep, he brought him to the ground. That's going to draw it every time. That's going to draw it up every time. And second down and 4 now after the penalty. And Prescott communicating with his receivers. Play clock down to 12. Prescott faked and hands it off up the middle to Zeke. And he's got about a gain of 5, maybe even 6. But it's Malik Mustafa, the rookie out of Wake, with the tackle. And they'll bring up third down and long for the Dallas Cowboys. But Zeke, not what he was during his time in the Cowboys before, when he had his rookie year. Ezekiel Elliott was just not good. But here we go. Prescott in the back, 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. And a flip back to Gavondre Turpin. Turpin turning it upfield, and he's got the first down. Ball came out, but the Cowboys recover it. And that could have been a costly takeaway if that had landed in the 49ers' hands. Oh man, that could have been dangerous. But it was worth it because it's a first down for the Dallas Cowboys. But Turpin, that was a big run, but lost it at the end, but the Cowboys were able to recover it. And Dak Prescott had a fumble recovery himself in the game against the Steelers, also on Sunday night. That also, I believe, saved the game for the Cowboys. If he didn't recover that, the Steelers would have won that game. But handoff of the middle to Cook. He gets tripped, and is down inside of 49ers territory. Cowboys are starting to move the football, and it is still a 3-0 game here in San Francisco. And I'm trying to see the amount of time remaining in the first quarter. But the closed captions are on, so I can't really see it. And that is the end of the first quarter in San Francisco as the 49ers lead 3-0 in San Francisco. But it's still early. It's still early, and barely any team has put up a touchdown. And I think it's gonna be an ugly, low-scoring game. But we'll see. Whew. Oh man, I mean, I like this shirt because I have this shirt here to troll the Cowboys with. It's medium size, but if I lose some weight, then I'll probably be able to get it back on. On the back, it has Dak Prescott and choke waiting to happen. And then on the front, it has the Dallas Choke Boys, America's biggest joke. I'm a big Cowboy hater. I'm a big Tom Cowboy hater. But, I mean, it's a team I dislike. I like their team. It's just their fans I cannot stand. Those delusional, nauseating Cowboy fans, I just cannot stand them. Can't stand them. But, I mean, dang. But also, since there's been no one to answer from the World Series question, I wanted to see if there's anyone that thinks of a top NFC contender right now. Who do you think is the top dog of the NFC? Let me know in the comments. And let me know in the live chat. So, hold on. I'm going to mute myself for just a second. Sorry about that. But I was just getting my phone back so I could text the family. This game is already becoming ugly. that commercial is just so hilarious. My goodness. Alright, I'm just seeing if family's going to tune in. There we go. Well, here we go. The Cowboys, 2nd and 6 in the second quarter. Handoff up the middle to Cook. Gain of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 4. Coming up for the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, they've been relatively good this game. They've not been blown out, but they've not been looking too good on their offensive side early. But I think now they're starting to get things going. And Jake Ferguson did a good job of limiting Nick Bosa there on that one play. But Bosa, he's been a terrorizer on defense. He's been like the Terminator on defense, is what I call him, the Terminator. So, man, Prescott in the shotgun, he throws, and it is caught by CeeDee Lamb. 1st down inside of the 35-yard line, down to the 31-yard line. And the Cowboys, after struggling in the first quarter, are now starting to get their offense going to CeeDee Lamb. Okay, let's see here. Man, that was a good, I gotta admit, that was a good pass by Prescott. Him and CeeDee Lamb is pretty much only their good receiver right now. Other than, of course, another few guys. But, here we go. Prescott hands it off up the middle to Zeke. And he's still on his feet. Oh my gracious! Zeke is on the loose as he gets a 1st down, a gain of 11, and could not be brought down by the 49er defenders. I think Fred Warner could not even tackle him either. And he was being blocked. Yeah, Fred Warner missed the tackle. What are the Niners doing? Missing tackles left and right. But, man, that is a huge mistake by the longtime veteran linebacker Fred Warner and all-pro. And here we go. Prescott, he takes a snap, looks to throw it, and he's in trouble. He is sacked. It is Nick Bosa on the sack. The Terminator is on the loose because Nick Bosa just got a sack. And Bosa is the primary leader of this defense, other than, of course, Fred Warner. Nick Bosa has just been a terrorizer on the front 7. He's been primarily their main guy of their front 5 and is doing a heck of a job. He's probably in the Defensive Player of the Year candidate right now if I had to look at it, other than, of course, TJ Watt. And it would have been Aiden Hutchinson if he had not gotten hurt. But Prescott hands it off to Zeke. And got about maybe 4 to 5 yards on the carry. And that'll bring up 3rd down and long coming up for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're in field goal range, so even if they don't get the 1st down, they can get the points. But Mustafa, I mean, this rookie out of Wake, he's really good, and I've seen potential in him. One of the reasons I didn't want him to go to the Niners, but I can't control that. But here we go. Prescott, quick throw to Ferguson is caught. And he is close to the 1st down. With a 2nd effort, he got it. And it's a 1st down for the Dallas Cowboys. 1st and goal coming up for Dak and the boys. Man, what a big-time catch by Jake Ferguson. Becoming that number 2 receiver that he was last year. When he was in his rookie year. I believe he was a rookie last year, if I'm correct. But Prescott, 1st and goal now for the 1st time this game. And Prescott looks to throw. He does to the end zone and batted away, but a flag comes in the end zone, and that'll be a pass interference against Charvarius Ward. It'll be pass interference against Charvarius Ward. He was holding and grabbing the receiver, and that is just a costly mistake by the 49ers. That sets them up now at the 1, and they can easily run it in for a touchdown. Oh, man. And it was 88, the intent to target. I'm not familiar with that name. I'll have to look that up later. But now they're at the 1 yard line after the penalty. Hand off to Zeke, and he's in for a Cowboy touchdown. And the Cowboys have taken the lead for the first time today. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown as returning with the Dallas Cowboys in some time. And Zeke getting the touchdown for the Cowboys here in this big-time must-win game for both sides. And the blocking crew did a great job of clearing the path for Zeke, and that is a touchdown for Dallas. And the Cowboys, they're on top right now. It is now 6-3, 7-3 with the field goal. Brandon Aubrey up the middle, and it is good. And the Cowboys, for the first time tonight, have taken the lead. And for the first time in 4 quarters. First time in 6 quarters. My bad. 6 quarters. They have taken the lead. But my goodness, the Cowboys, they did a good job on that play. I have to give them credit. But man, that was a good play by the Dallas Cowboys. And who knows? Maybe they might get the upset. And I'll be happy if I was wrong. Because the Niners, they're a rival of mine. But we'll see. Because if they lose this game, they'll sit in last place of the division for the second straight week. After a loss to Kansas City last week. But if you lose to a team like the Cowboys, then it's probably time to start panicking if you're a 49ers fan. So, and as you can tell, I'm a Seahawks fan, so it would be good for my team to get back into the division race. It's going to be interesting, this division this year. It's going to be interesting. But, yeah, man. But let me know in the comments, who is your top NFC frontrunner of the NFC right now? Is it a top dog like the Lions? Or is it a team like the Washington Commanders that is a sneaky underdog? Let me know who you have in the comments. And if you can let me know in the comments, I can shout you guys out. But, man, this game is already becoming knit and close right now. So, and I don't think I've gotten a comment so far this stream. So, yep, I haven't gotten any chats. And it's been good because this is my first full year doing streams. So, I might potentially be doing the Giants and the Steelers game tomorrow. There is a possibility I could do that. I'm going to decide that at the end of the show, though. So, if you want to hear my decision on that game, be sure to tune in later. But, I mean, it's going to be an interesting, ugly game next week on Monday night. This week on Monday night. So, we'll see. But the Steelers have been known for winning those close, ugly games, which has made me sick. And which has made me sick and tired of them, for crying out loud. I mean, they're on top of the division for now. But if they lose, then they would probably drop down. But I mean, heck, I don't think they're going to lose to the New York Giants. That is just going way out there, because the Giants, the defense has been good, but if they start Drew Lock, then I would have some faith in the Giants, because hey, he pulled that miracle when the Seahawks went against Philly. Who knows? Maybe he can have it again on Monday night. Who knows? And this game is on Monday night. So, Giants, hope you start Drew Lock on this game. But I've been off on some of my picks this week. This is by far the worst week of my picks this year. Let me see my picks. Hold on while I pull them up. But, let us see. So I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right. And only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wrong. So once again, I am over 500 yet again. I don't know how I do it, but it's interesting. But if the Niners win this game, I would bounce up to 9-6. If the Cowboys win this game, I would bounce up to 8-7. Bounce down to 8-7. But this game is gonna be interesting. Got a little itch. But Purdy, he's not been himself. since last year. He's had a lot of interceptions this year, primarily 3. But Purdy, he's in the shotgun, speaking of the devil, and he throws. It is caught by Debo. There is a flag down, though. He is gone. It is a touchdown for the moment. There is a flag down, so hang on a second. It is a holding against the Niners. The penalty coming in again. My goodness, that would have been a touchdown if that had stood. My goodness, that was a dime by Purdy, but the holding cost them. The hold costed them. But man, that was just a big mistake. My goodness. That was a big mistake by that O-lineman. I believe it was one of their backup tight ends. But that was a clear hold at its finest. But now instead of a 1st and 10, it is now 1st and 20 from the 49ers. I'm trying to get the yard line number. From their own 24-yard line? Yeah, from their own 24. Purdy in the shotgun throws, and it is caught. And it is, I'm trying to get the number. It is Ricky Pearsall, the 3rd catch of the day for the young rookie out of Florida. He has not had a touchdown yet, but maybe watch out, he could. Because Ricky Pearsall, I saw some of his games last year when he was with Florida. He's a really good player. And, I mean, if Debo does end up leaving the 49ers, or if any of the receivers do, they have that guy because he's a really good stud, but not this year, I don't think. But 2nd down and 9, Purdy hands it off to Jordan Mason and is wrapped down. Only a gain of 2, maybe even 3 on the carry. And that'll bring up 3rd down and manageable for the 49ers. But Deebo Samuel, he's pretty much like the Seahawks version of DK Metcalf. He can make those big plays. He can get down the field. And he's just been phenomenal for the 49ers when he is healthy. The main thing holding him back is injuries. So we'll see if he can stay, if any of the Niners can stay healthy. 3rd and 7 now for the 49ers. And Purdy, he is in shotgun, throws, and it is caught. Kyle Juszczyk. Never mind. Ricky Pearsall for the catch. My bad, I thought I saw 44. It is Ricky Pearsall, the rookie, with his 4th catch. He's had 4 catches for 38 yards this game. Not bad by the young rookie talent. Not bad by the young rookie. I have to give it to him. And, yeah, that was just a good route running by Ricky Pearsall. And it is a 1st down from the 50-yard line and right in the middle of the field. Throws it. It is caught by Debo. And a gain of 4 down inside of Cowboys territory. And Debo slow to get up, but he does get up. So he's not injured. I thought he was grabbing at himself like he was hurt. So we'll see. But the Cowboys defense last year ranked 5th in points allowed. They ranked 31st, ranked 5th in yards allowed, and ranked 24th. This Cowboys defense is not the same defense that we saw last year, even with DeMarcus Lawrence back. And then also Micah's still out. And a run up the side, and Mason gets wrapped down by number 99. I am trying to get the name of the person. Golston. Oh, that's a cool name. Cool name. But now that brings up 3rd down and short for the 49ers. I believe like 3rd down and 3 or 3rd and 4. Something like that. 3rd and 4. So it's 3rd down and 4 yards coming up for the Niners. On the brink of field goal range. I'm trying to see how much time there is left, but I can't really see because the captions are closing in on it. And Mason, he is in trouble and is brought down, and only a gain of 1. The Cowboys defense is showing up right now. And looking like Kyle Shanahan is going to go for it. That is a risky move. That is playing risky if they do that. So, fourth down, are they going to go for it? And if they do, are they just going to try to get him to jump? That is what I am thinking if I'm a Cowboy player right now. But they are going for it on 4th down and 3. Purdy in the back, but there is a timeout called by the Dallas Cowboys. There is a timeout called. And Dallas calls their first timeout of the first half. But some big surprises in the NFL today as Cleveland upsetted Baltimore. That was a big surprise. And then Houston once again coming out on top against Indianapolis, sweeping their season series. Green Bay again having another game walk-off field goal. So, I mean, it's been an interesting week in the NFL. And I'll go over who I have picked in week 9. So, and something I might do is I'm going to put in to the description of the pick that I have, if I'm going to do that game live or if I'm not. So you'll see at the bottom if I'm going to be doing a live play-by-play. I'll have something down there to give you guys a clue that I will be calling that game. But 4th and 3 coming up for the Niners, and they are going for a pass up the middle. Incomplete! And the Cowboys force a turnover on downs. What were the Niners thinking? What were they thinking? That was a bad call by Kyle Shanahan. And now the Cowboys are set up around midfield. And the Cowboys offense comes back out onto the field after scoring a touchdown on the last drive. This game just got a whole lot more interesting. Man, that was just a bad decision by Kyle Shanahan. I would have kicked it off because that would have set them up around their own zone. That was just a bad. That was just a bad call. I'm going to let my pal know about that. That was a dumb move. My goodness. I mean, that was just crazy. The 49ers, what in the world are you doing? Going for it on 4th down in midfield? You know if you give it up to, if you do not get it, you're giving it to them in midfield. What on earth are you doing? I mean, the Niners, they have not played like they did last year. They have not done that whatsoever. But the Niners, if they lose this game, there is going to be room for some concern. With injury or not, there's going to be some big concerns. Because regardless of your injuries, you still need to win those games. And especially with a gauntlet coming up like you do right now, that was just a bad decision by the Niners. But man, that was just an absolute dumb decision by the 49ers. And if they lose that game, that is something I'm going to be primarily pointing at. If the Niners do lose this game. Because that was just a dumb decision. That was dumb. And Kyle Shanahan, he's been one of the worst head coaches in the league. As far as right now goes. Because he's just not been looking good. The Niners have not been looking good. They're 3-4, trying to avoid going down to 3-5. They are just not looking so smooth. And if you lose to a team like the Cowboys that is soft at running the ball as they are, there's going to be some concern. There really is. I'm telling y'all right now, there is going to be some big time decision. There's going to be a big time hot seat on Kyle Shanahan. And I said this, if he doesn't win the Super Bowl this year, he's going to get fired. I'm telling you all this right now as an early prediction. But now the Cowboys get back on the field, and a flag comes in, and the play is called dead. I think it's a false start against the Cowboys, but the refs are having a discussion. Neutral zone infraction against the Niners. The Niners have had so many penalties today. It was Nick Bosa that was offsides. And my goodness, the Niners are not looking like themselves. What on earth is going on with the Niners? And if they can't find a way to come back in this game, they're screwed. They really are. But now at their own, and now Prescott throws, and that pass is caught by Lamb, close to the first down, but I believe he is just shy by about an inch. But Bosa, he's been a good factor in this game, but he had some miscues. So let's see. Oh, he was lined up offside, I believe. But man, Nick Bosa is, I like to call him the Terminator. Man. But it is now a first down. Or wait, no. Did they get the first down? I wasn't able to catch that last play. It's second down, I believe. Oh, Nick Bosa had his 27th birthday. Happy belated birthday, my brother. Happy belated birthday. But second down now upcoming for the Dallas Cowboys. And man, the Niners, they are starting slow. And Prescott fakes the handoff, throws, and it is caught by Ferguson. He is still on his feet. The Niners are having a hard time bringing him down, and they finally do at the 42-yard line. And man, Ferguson is going off on this game. Ferguson is going off. Man. But dang, this Niners team is not looking so smooth. If they keep this up, they are missing tackles left and right. It is third down and 4 for the Dallas Cowboys. And Prescott takes the snap, looks to throw it. He has lots of time. Time running out. He throws, looking deep, and it is, oh, what a catch! And there is a flag down, so hold on a second. It is a first down for the moment. There is a flag down. It looks like it potentially might be on the defense. It's looking like it right now because it came from the secondary. It was thrown right around the 20. It was illegal contact. It's going to be declined, so it'll bring up a first down for the Cowboys. Man. But man, I don't think I've seen Jordan Mason out there for some time. Even on that last drive, I don't think Jordan Mason was out there that last drive. Something might be going on. But Prescott in the back. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Prescott takes the snap, looks to throw. He does. It is caught. And it's Lamb trying to get past the 10 and wrap down around the 11-yard line. And only a gain of a few. But man, the Niners are not looking so smooth. But now it is 2nd and 7 from the 10-yard line. It was the forward progress that they ruled. So 2nd and 7 from the 10. Prescott takes a snap, looks to throw. He does. He's got a man to just knocked away last second. Was he able to hold on to it? No, he wasn't. And just batted away at the last possible moment. And it's 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Cowboys. And he had it in his hands, but just couldn't bring it down. And that would have been a touchdown if that had been hauled in. It was 89 on the try to catch. 89. Not familiar with who that guy is. So it's 3rd down and 7. They need to at least get to the 3-yard line for a first down. Need to at least get to the 3. And Prescott, he takes a snap. Quick throw. It is caught by Ferguson, and he is wrapped down immediately. Ball came out, and it looks like it is picked up by the Cowboys, and it is almost a costly takeaway. by the 49ers. Almost a costly turnover for the Cowboys. So, man, that was a great recovery by Jake Ferguson to hold on to that football. And now they're going to send their field goal team out there, and they're going to try to make this a touchdown game. And Brandon Aubrey, being as good as he is, it looks like it should just be an automatic. And Aubrey, automatic, he got it. And the Cowboys lead 10-3 with about a few minutes remaining in the first half. Just still a lot of time in this game, so it ain't over yet. But the Niners, they need to fix some things up at halftime if they're going to come back in this game. But man, they are just not looking good. My man, this is not how I expected this game to go. I thought the Niners were going to destroy the Cowboys. I thought they were. But apparently the Cowboys the Niners just ain't looking like themselves. They ain't looking properly like themselves. So, man, this is going to be a very nitty-gritty game for the remainder of the way. But, man, Niners have not been able to move that football ever since the first drive. But, man, if the Niners keep this up, let me go over the next few games for the 49ers. I know next week they have their bye. Then coming off of your bye, you got Tampa Bay, which you should easily win because Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are still out. And then also along with the Seahawks that following week, coming off of their bye. And then also you got the Green Bay Packers that following week after Seattle. And then you got the Buffalo Bills. You still got to play the Lions. It is not looking good for the 49ers as far as their schedule looks. Because if you lose this game, there's going to be a lot of questions asked about if the Niners are going to be in the playoffs this year. Because I'm always going to say this right now. If they lose this game, they might not make the playoffs. They might not even get there. I mean, I'm being flat out serious when I say this. I'm being flat out serious. But, man, but the Niners have had the most missed games by every Pro Bowler big man that they've had on their team. The Niners have just been piled up with injuries, primarily to Juwan Jennings, which kind of gives me vibes of like a Jermaine Kearse and Doug Baldwin type of thing. And Brandon Aubrey, I believe, will kick it off back to the 49ers. But the Niners, you need to get some points this drive if you're going to have any shot at coming back to this game. So the Niners, they are going to get the ball back, and they just need to do something. And it'll go into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. But there is a flag down. Is it going to be on the Niners again? Niners again? Oh, it's against the Cowboys. Illegal formation on the Cowboys special teams. Did not expect that. But Purdy will now get the ball back. Oh, looks like... this is the Ricky Pearsall situation of when he got shot. Man, that was just bad. Oh, man. I'm glad Ricky Pearsall's okay because that's a life or death situation. But now Purdy and the guys will get it back. And Purdy hands it off up the middle to a rookie out of Louisville and down to the 45 5-yard line of the Cowboys, and their offense finally starting to move. And it is the rookie out of Louisville, Orlando? I'm not familiar with how to pronounce that last name. I'm very hard with those hard to pronounce last names. I'm very bad at those. But, man, the Niners, they need to do something on this drive. They need to put up some points, at least, to give their fans hope. Because their crowd has barely been a factor. And Purdy hands it off up the middle again. It is the rookie again for another big gain, another first down. And then down to the 31-yard line, the rookie out of Louisville with a huge gain. All right, so it's a 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. And I believe we're at the 2-minute warning. And they need to do something at this drive. But man, this game's getting tight. It's really getting tight. But man, this game has just been ugly. And I said it was going to be ugly the first half. I said it was going to be ugly. And I knew it was going to be at least close, but I was not expecting the Cowboys to lead for now. But man, but we're still waiting for the 2-minute warning to come back from commercial. But the Niners need to do something this drive. At least a field goal, if not a touchdown. It either needs a touchdown or a field goal. Touchdown preferably, and field goal as a as a worst case scenario. Because if they do get a field goal, that would make it a 4-point game. It would make you down 4. If you get a touchdown, you can tie it with the extra point. So we'll see. There's still a lot of time left. There's still a whole other half left to play. But it's not looking good for the Niners the way they have been playing early. And hopefully they can make some second half adjustments. Because they preferably have to if they're going to win this game. And this is probably a must-win game for the 49ers. It's a must-win for both of these teams to get themselves back into the picture. The Cowboys have been undefeated on the road, and then they've been winless at home. They've been the opposite of what they were last year, where they were constantly winning at home and then losing on the road. But this year, it's the exact opposite. It's a little Freaky Friday sort of thing. But halftime coming up. But man, Jane Daniels' Hail Mary. Hail Mary was a big, big play, and that is going to be played for a long time. And Jordan Mason went back into the locker room a little while ago. We're still waiting to hear on what injuries are on him. We're still waiting to see what is going on with Jordan Mason. I'm not sure. It is his shoulder, from what I'm being told, from what is being said, and he's questionable to return. And a run down the right side, it is the rookie again. He's got a first down and more down inside the 15. And the run game coming alive, but there is a flag, so this one might be come back. And it looks like it will be. Again, another hold. How many times have we seen a penalty on the Niners? I want to know how many penalties they've had in the first half. I want to know. Because this is unnormal of what they do. This is unnormal. Some people say it's normal, but it's unnormal. Because they should not have this many penalties. And playing against the Cowboys team that has plenty more penalties than they do as far as like the entirety of the season. But this defense, the defense of the 49ers, then again, is not the same. The offensive line has been struggling to protect Purdy for the last few games. But Purdy, he's in the shotgun. Quick throw. Lost the football, but recovers it, but it is incomplete because it was a forward pass to Deebo Samuel. That brings up 2nd down and 20 after the penalty on the 1st and 20. And Purdy, he's getting a little shook. He was having a bad time last year coming back from double-digit deficits. He was having a hard time coming back from those times that he was down. He did come back in some of the games in the playoffs, like the Packers and the Lions, but you need to at least try to make an effort to come back from behind. Because last week, you have to be able to come back. And Purdy throws it again. It is caught on the sideline. It is the rookie out of Louisville again. I'm not going to say his name because it's hard for me to pronounce. And then it'll bring up 3rd down and manageable for the 49ers. Trying to improvise on this opportunity. Either a touchdown or a field goal will do the trick. But if you're the Niners, you cannot turn it over. And you cannot get sacked out of field goal range. That is a big time thing. And it's 3rd and 15 from the Cowboys 36-yard line. They are in field goal range at the moment. But if they get sacked, they could potentially get knocked out of field goal range. And Purdy, he is in the shotgun. He is in trouble, under duress. Quick throw, it is caught by Kittle. And is out of bounds around the 30-yard line. Wrapped out of bounds at the 26. And it'll be a field goal attempt for the 49ers. And their offense unable to put up a touchdown in this first half. And a timeout called by Dallas as they will try to get some points to add on to this lead. Because remember, they deferred. The 49ers deferred. So they will receive in the second half. So the 49ers will receive in the second half. So they need to make this field goal pretty much. And it will be Carlson. He made one from 50 a few in the first quarter. Does he have enough room for I'm waiting for the number to come up. 44-yard attempt, that should be easy for him to make. And if it goes wide right, then it's not going to be good. And the kick is on its way, and it is good. Right down the middle. And it is 10-6. And the Cowboys still have the lead. And their offense just cannot get touchdowns on the board. And field goals are good, but it's not a touchdown because the Cowboys are currently on top 10-6 right now ahead of the 49ers. That is not good. I mean, if you lose to a team like the Cowboys that are not good at the run game as they were, that are not able to stop the run, there's going to be some big concerns. There's going to be really big concern in San Francisco if they could potentially win their division or if they could miss the playoffs. Because this is pretty much a must-win game for both sides. Both sides' seasons are on the line. And the Niners one is primarily more on the line. Because Cowboys, I don't think they ain't even making the playoffs. Because they've been so bad against those good teams. But, there's still a whole other half left to play. So, there is still time for the 49ers to try and come back. But it's not looking like it is possible for the 49ers. Because if they can't put up touchdowns, they ain't going to win this ball game. But man, it's already 8:44 of where I'm at. I'm not sure about anybody else's, but I'm at Central Time, so pretty much in the Central Time Zone. So it's pretty early for me. So I'm able to stay up for these good, big prime time games. Unlike when I was up at the East Coast. But the last place I lived at, there was a big mold content, and I had to move because of the mold. It was getting to me, and I wasn't going to spend $200 a week to get allergy medicine. I was not going to do that because that is not, A, it is not good for your body, and B, it is just not a healthy living standard. So, man, this game, it's already been ugly so far. But also, almost Halloween, which I'm not celebrating Halloween because I know what it really is. Because I'm just one of those people that loved Halloween at first, but when I found out about what Halloween, the definition of Halloween was, I'm not a fan of it anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the candy and all, but it's just not a good holiday, in my personal perspective. But we'll see. But the Cowboys will get the ball back with about 1:30 left to play. And lost the football at first, able to pick it up. Kevondre Turpin turned it upfield and wrapped down inside of the 30-yard line up to the 32 to 33-yard line. So the standings currently, the Niners are in last place behind the Rams, Seahawks, and Cardinals. The Dallas Cowboys are in third place of their division behind the Commanders and the Eagles. Which, Commanders, where did that team come from? Because they're right now exceeding expectations from what the Texans were last year. So watch out for the Commanders because they're dangerous. They really are. But 1:30 left. A timeout remaining for the Cowboys. Prescott throws it to Turpin. It is caught. And it'll be close to a first down. But they're going to have to run it quickly if they're going to try to get back in this game to put points on the board. Prescott looking to throw again. He does, and the right. All could have been picked off, but just overthrew the defender. And an incomplete pass. It is 3rd and 3 coming up for the Cowboys. They got a timeout remaining. So I would personally run a play here, do a run up the middle, since that has been working against the 49ers. And then I would try to do a pass, or either do a pass deep downfield to a wide open receiver. Either one would work, in my eyes. Prescott looks to throw it. He is in trouble. Hit as he threw it, incomplete. And it is incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the Niners have a shot to get the ball back. And big missed clock management by Mike McCarthy once again. I would have ran that ball up the middle because wide open gap up the middle and Dak Prescott missed it. Oh my gosh. You need to run it when you have that pressure coming. You need to run it when you have that pressure upcoming. But now the Niners will have a shot to get the ball back with all 3 remaining of their timeouts. And the Cowboys defense is already tired enough. And a fair catch signaled down at the 17-yard line. Wanted a flag for a potential late hit. Fair catch interference, but they ain't going to get it. I think he might have just missed it. But now the Niners, they have 54 seconds on the clock. All 3 timeouts. There is a good chance the Niners could get a score here. And if you're the Cowboys, you need to stop them. Because they received the ball to start the second half. If they get a field goal, it would be 10-9. If they get a touchdown, then it would be probably 13-10. And the Niners would take the lead. So the Cowboys need to stop them. They were able to do it a lot during the first half, but not much the second half. And yeah, I don't think the Cowboy touched him. He didn't touch him. And a good call by the referee not throwing the flag because that didn't look like he got hit. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 17. Purdy looking to throw in shotgun. He is in trouble under the rest. He's going to tuck and roll. And he is wrapped and he is out of bounds. Able to stop the clock. Purdy has been doing a lot of that lately. Running up the middle when he sees an open lane. That is really good. He's getting better at that. He's really getting better at those QB runs. Seeing those times that, and let's see. Oh, his knee was down inbounds, so the clock should have continued to run. So, and they are going to review that because it looked like his knee was down inbounds, and the clock should have continued to run. And if that does happen, the Niners will have one of two choices. And here is the call. I believe it is. So the Niners have chosen to elect a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. And that is a good decision by Shanahan overall because, heck, it's a good decision by any coach because if it's tackle inbounds and it's called originally dead, you need to call a timeout to avoid a 10-second runoff. And they have now 2 timeouts remaining. The 49ers are trying to at least get into field goal range, trying to see the amount of time remaining. It's very hard to see with these closed captions. About, does that say 47? 47, I believe, is what it says on the play clock. And Purdy, in duress, throws, and it is caught. It is Kittle down the side, and he's still going down to the 40-yard line and already in field goal range. Now they have to run a play very quickly unless they call a timeout. And that is what the Niners will do. They will call a timeout, second timeout of the half, and they have only one timeout remaining. That was a good pass by Brock Purdy. Seeing Kittle wide open like that and just being able to cut back, Kittle is a great tight end. Oh, sorry. I'm getting a little tired here. Because I've been at this for about a few hours because I was calling the game against Seattle and Buffalo. Now I'm calling this game. So now, Kittle, that brother's amazing. That brother is really good. And I really like that silly he does whenever he gets the first down. But first and 10 now for the 49ers. About 39 seconds to go. 1 timeout remaining. So if the Cowboys do sack him, then you would have to call that timeout. And Purdy in trouble. He looks to throw it, and he does. Incomplete. It was intended for the rookie out of Louisville. And it's National Tight End Day, as some tight ends had a really good day. Kelsey finally catching his first touchdown of the season after spending too much time with Taylor Swift. And then, along with a couple of others. And then, there's like a Sunday night tight end, National Tight End Day belt. And one tight end at the end of the night is going to get it. Well, is it going to be George Kittle or is it going to be Jake Ferguson? We'll see. Purdy looks to throw. He is in trouble. Ball came out. It looks like a fumble happened. And the 49ers were able to hang on to it. So now they're going to have to call their last time out, or they're going to have to get a playoff very quickly. And it looks like they're going to call a timeout. What in the world was that? He pump faked it and then he threw it. I mean, like, what? My goodness. And that is good. And there, he might have been throwing his hand forward, but he kind of tucked it back. So that would have been, I believe, should be a fumble. So, I don't think that's an incomplete pass. Yeah, correctly ruled on the field because that is a fumble at its finest. So now the Niners have no timeouts remaining. That means if they get a first down or close into field goal range and they get tackled in bounds, that means that they will have to clock it very quickly. So it's 3rd and 17 now for the 49ers at the Cowboys' 47-yard line. And Purdy, he looks to throw it. He has time. Throws, and it caught or was it incomplete? No, it is incomplete. Jacob Cowling, the intended target. Oh wait, Chris Conley, my bad. And yep, it hit the ground. That hit the ground. So either one of two choices. They could either try a 60 plus yard field goal or they could go for it. And it looks like, from the looks of it, that they are going to punt it. They are going to try and punt it back to the Dallas Cowboys. And I'm not sure how long of a field goal that this would be from here. And they're going to punt it. And the Cowboys, they are pretty much doing good. And, oh, down at the one. Down at the one by Le'Veon Bell. Or wait, no, not Le'Veon. Ronnie Bell. The 2-year man out of Michigan. So now it is 1st and 10, but the Cowboys, they have some time to spare, but they only have one timeout left. So what I'm thinking the Cowboys should do in this situation is they should try a deep pass down the field to get it to someone down there, get it at least in the field goal range, and call a timeout. And they are just going to take a knee and send it to the half. They are going to take a knee and send it to the half. So that is the first half between the 49ers and the Cowboys. The Cowboys have the lead 10-6 at the end of the first half. And the Niners are in trouble going into halftime, being down in the first half for the second time in the last week. So we'll see if the Niners can come back. But I'm going to take a moment to take a little break. I'm going to mute myself really quick, so I will be back in a little. Alright, I'm back. So we're still waiting for the, oh, sorry. I was just eating, so I was just snacking on a little sandwich. So I'm just waiting for halftime to wrap up. But man, it has been jam-packed this week. It really has been. But I'm thinking because I don't have anything going on tomorrow, that is very, very decent. Because I have a job interview that I'm going to be at 3 o'clock Central. So I will be able to do the Steelers game, so I am going to do it. I'm sticking with my word on this because it's something I wanted to try to do. I've been waiting to do a stream for a long time, and I am going to do Monday Night Football live from here in my headquarters on tomorrow at 7 o'clock Central. So, for those of you that want to know, I will have a link out by tomorrow. I will try to have a link out early so that everyone can try to see it and find it. So that way we can try to get something going. I'm also going to have a post out there to some of our viewers that are unable to watch this game because they either have something going on or something else. So it is confirmed. I will be doing a Monday night live stream for this game. I'll be doing a Monday night live stream. So this game is going to be huge. Because the Giants, they are just not that good. This is going to be a huge game for the Steelers. Because if they win this game, they'll take sole possession of first place in the North. Which has been an insane deal. It's been insane what the Steelers have been able to do. Because I want to do this because I want to see how Russell Wilson does. And I want to see if the Giants can respond against what the Steelers are going to bring out. I'm not thinking it's going to be the case, but I want to see it. And I want to have this view on my channel. So I'm going to be doing as many primetime games as I can. Not Thursday night, though, because I don't have Prime. I do have Twitch TV, which I've been able to use that the last few times. But I would have to do that on the iPad because the TV I have has an internet, has a web, but it cannot pull up, and it does, but it just moves slow. It moves very, very, very slow. So I'm going to try my best to keep at it on my computer, see if I can potentially get it to get things rocking on Monday night. I'll see what I can do, and if I can get the live stream set up, I will indeed try. And we'll see what happens, but I'm going to try my best to get something going. I'm going to try my very best. So, second half is about to get underway. So the Cowboys are up on the 49ers 10-6. Niners get the ball to start the second half. So that will be a massive, massive key. If they can score on this drive, they might be able to get themselves back into this ball game. So, man, it's going to be interesting. So, I'm just going to send some messages to my family. No, I'm going to come back on live. But, man. But man, this second half is going to get crazy. I'm telling you all this right now. It's going to get crazy. Okay. So first half, has come to a close, so now we are about to go to the second half. Okay, so that was the first half replay, so I'm not, of course, able to show it on my side because we consider copyright. But, man, this is going to be an interesting second half. The Cowboys, Zeke, 82nd touchdown, career touchdown with the Cowboys, third most in team history. But we'll see if he can pass any of the big names up there. Oh, one of my good uncles is up in San Fran right now, speaking of the Niners. But CeeDee Lamb, he's been doing a lot better. He's been doing a lot better. He's had 7 catches for about, I think it said 78 yards or something. But it's getting tight. Now, the second half, the Niners will receive because they deferred in the first half. So now the Cowboys defense is going to have to step things up big time in order to secure this win, because this is going to be a game that determines both these teams' seasons. It really is. And there's another flag, and I'm not sure what this is for because it didn't get past the landing zone. It did not get past the landing zone, which I think is a penalty. Which I'm not sure, according to what I'm getting, it'll be placed at the 40, which is really good for the 49ers. But, man, this is going to be very interesting the second half. The Cowboys are up. Can they keep the lead? We'll see. So the Niners will get the ball to start the second half, and they have just gotten it. Now they're at the 40-yard line after the penalty. It did not land in the landing zone. So according to the new rule, if it doesn't land in the landing zone, the team that kicks is assessed a penalty, and the ball is immediately brought up to the 40. And it's a run up the middle, and it's snuffed immediately by number 97, DeMarcus Lawrence. It is DeMarcus Lawrence who is back from injury, and he has been a big piece on this defense. And Purdy, he is in shotgun. Pressure is coming, and he is going to run it. And is close to the first down. It will depend on the spot. And he will be marked just a yard short of the first down. So they're probably going to run the ball here because the Cowboys have struggled against that as of late. But another 12 men on defense this time. Too many men on the field on the defense. And the first costly penalty of the Cowboys this game, I believe. And this one is a big one because it will set up a second down. I think it's still second down. Oh, no, it's 3rd and 1 now after the penalty. Or was it 3rd down last time? I don't know. So, 3rd and 1 from the half a yard line. It's probably like 3rd and inches because it's that close. And they are going to sneak it, and he has got it. And it's a first down for the 49ers inside of Cowboy territory. And Purdy they've been doing a lot of that sneaky stuff lately. Purdy's been running the ball when he has an open lane. They've been doing more of like the sneaky push. And this Niners offense is good. It's been mainly the defense that has been letting them down in the recent games. And then also part of it is Purdy as well because of his 3 interceptions he had against Kansas City. He has yet to throw on this game. Purdy looks to throw, does, and it is caught by Kittle. Down the sideline, he's got first down to the 20, He's down at 15, 10, 5. He extends and he's not quite in, a yard short of the end zone. A yard shy, but it is first and goal for the Niners. And the Niners are threatening to start the second half. And the crowd is coming alive in San Francisco. The crowd is coming alive. Let's see where he stepped out. And, oh, yep, right at the 4. So it'll be marked out at the 4. So first and goal now for the 49ers. Trying to get it into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. And a run up the middle. And he is no signal yet. Touchdown. 49ers. It is Isaac Guerrero, the rookie out of Louisville, with his first touchdown of his NFL career as a member of the Niners. The rookie out of Louisville's first touchdown as a member of the Niners and the first touchdown of his career. Man, what a run by the rookie. Dang. That was a good run. He ran right through the middle to get in there and get the touchdown. What a run by the Niners. So now the Niners have taken the lead. Kick is on the way, and that kick is good. The 49ers have taken their first lead since the first quarter of this game. And they finally improvised on a big offensive play by George Kittle. And then it was Isaac, I'm not sure what his whole name was, full last name. I'm just going to call him Isaac. I'm going to call him Isaac G. Isaac G. I'm going to call him that. So, man, it is becoming a close, nitty-gritty game. It really is. But I want to ask a question to some people out here, for any viewers in here. What team do you think is the top front runner of the NFC? Who do you think is the top front runner? If you can put it down to me in the chat. Let me know in the comments who you think is the NFC front runner. So, Niners finally taking the first lead of this ball game. We'll see if they can maintain it, because the Cowboys, they've been doing relatively good. I gotta give them credit where credit is due. Honestly, I would be happy if either side lost. And I have the Niners picked, but I would be happy if I was wrong. Because either side losing, I'm cool with it. I'm cool with either side losing. But who is your top NFC front runner? Let me know down in the live chat. So, second half already started with a touchdown by San Francisco. The first touchdown of the game for the Niners. But, man, this is becoming a very good game. It's a really good game right now. Because even though it's nitty-gritty and ugly, it's what it is in this rivalry. It has been a nitty-gritty fight to the finish. But, man, this is becoming a really good game. It was a little bit of a blowout at first because of the Niners just giving up the points to the Cowboys. But now it's becoming a really good game. And to let some of the viewers know, I will be live on Monday night, tomorrow, for the Steelers versus the Giants. I will be live tomorrow. So I'm going to have that link posted at the end of either at the end of today, or I will have it out tomorrow. So, either way, I'm going to have that new link out. But, man, some really cool high school games going on in the Bay Area. And they actually have reviewables. And I come from a Washington State high school that never had that officiating review. And probably none of these states do. Only very few states have reviews. But, oh, what a flip back. Trying to get some yards on the carry is number 29, out of bounds, Trot. Man. So it was number 29 on the carry, out of bounds. And very close to the 30-yard line. Yeah, out of bounds at the 30. And the Cowboys, their offense has been looking better from what we saw in the game against the Lions, where they got absolutely destroyed. Oh man, what a tricky play by Kevondre Turpin. Flipping it back to number 29. That was incredible. That was incredible instinct by Kevondre Turpin. But it was an illegal forward pass, though. So that is a 5-yard penalty from the spot. Let's see if it was a forward pass. Yeah, that'll qualify. Because he did flip it up, but then it went that way. So that technically is a forward pass. Or if it might be a lateral, but they tried to pull a sneaky trick, but the penalty makes it non-existent. So now at the 11-yard line after the penalty, Prescott looks to throw. He does. It is caught by Ferguson, and he gets close back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of a half a yard. But the Cowboys, they ain't been going off, but can they improvise when the lights are the brightest? It has been a main thing that we've looked at this team, seeing if they can shine in the brightest of lights. We've been trying to see if they can do it. Can they do it this week? They've been undefeated on the road, trying to keep that streak alive. And Prescott, quick throw to Lamb, it is caught. And Charvarius Ward brought him down, and down to the 17-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and manageable for the Dallas Cowboys. Big time rivalry game. It is 3rd and 4 coming from the Cowboys' own 17-yard line. And the Niners, the 49ers need to get the stop here. Because if they have the lead right now and they can add on to it. 3rd and 4 coming up for the Cowboys. And Prescott looks to throw. He has time. Flips it over the middle, and was that picked off? Was it intercepted? They're saying it was. And it is an interception at the inside of Cowboys territory, and it's number 2. I believe that is, I'm trying to get the name, Lindor. And that is a huge play made by this team, by this 49ers defense. Let's see. Yeah, elbow went down. That is, the elbow being down means it's an automatic 2 feet down, and it's a catch. What a grab, and what a snatch by Lindor. What a snatch. And Prescott throws another interception once again. He's been known for that. 2 years ago he was, and now he is again. Pretty much, because he's one of the overpaid quarterbacks in the National Football League. And I just think they paid him too much for a 4-year contract for $60 million per year. The Cowboys probably want a refund for that. They probably do want a refund. Or try to get a refund on that. But Purdy looks to throw it. At the Cowboys 32, it is caught. It is the rookie out of Louisville, Isaac G. I'm just gonna call him that because his last name is very hard to pronounce. I'm not very good at pronouncing last names unless it's for my team. But man, that brother has been a factor since Jordan Mason went out. And we're still waiting to see on what happens. He had a shoulder injury earlier in the game. I have not seen him on the field since then. But Purdy, quick throw to Samuel. It is caught. And only a gain of 3 down to the 17. And, oh man. And, I thought Deebo Samuel was down for a second. It didn't look like a very comfortable hit. But somehow he's still on his feet. Some of these hits, I tell you, I just don't understand on how the players get up. I just don't understand that at all. Some of the hits are just so hard that it would automatically hurt them in a snap. But I guess these players are just born with it. I don't know. But I do have a friend of mine that is a Cal right now. It's Tobias Merriweather. I'm not sure if he's going to get a start soon. And flip to Samuel. And close to a first down, only 3 yards shy. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. It was Eric Kendricks, the longtime veteran from that the Cowboys got from the Chargers. in free agency. Probably the only free agency move that they made, other than re-signing their long snapper. Other than that, but the Cowboys, their defense has been showing up. They've not allowed 40, so that is a plus for the Cowboys. But they need to win this game. They still need to win it. They were down against the Steelers. Can they get back up against the 49ers? Purdy, he's going to tuck and roll. He is out of bounds around the 6. Purdy's been doing a lot of that lately. And Purdy's, he's becoming more aware. He's becoming more mature, if you ask me. He's becoming more mature. Because he would do the passes in dangerous areas. Last week, he was unable to run it like he did. He's kind of doing like what Russell Wilson did in his early days in Seattle. When he saw an open gap, he would run for the first down if he had an open lane there. And in that case, Brock Purdy did. And was able to get the first down. It is 1st and goal now for San Francisco, trying to improvise on the interception. And Purdy hands it off. Oh, it's a flip through. It's the old switcheroo, and Samuel rocked up at the 2. And the switcheroo did not work. And the Cowboys defense would not be fooled. Down to the 3-yard line of Dallas. And the Cowboys trying to get a much-needed takeaway. They have not had a takeaway this game. The 49ers have been the ones that have been forcing every single takeaway this game. So, pretty much the Niners, they are in the lead right now, but if they don't get a touchdown, they can always settle for a field goal. But Purdy in the backfield, Juszczyk and Isaac G in the backfield. Hand off to Juszczyk, and he is snuffed immediately. The Cowboys' run D is getting better. And that'll bring up 3rd and goal for the 49ers. That'll bring up 3rd and goal for the San Francisco 49ers. But man, this is going to be interesting. 3rd and goal from inside of the Dallas 5. So if you're Kyle Shanahan, you want to think, if it goes to 4th down, if you want to go for it, or if you want to take the points. I would personally take the points if they can't convert. And Purdy, he is in shotgun, pressured, and throws caught, touchdown, but there is a flag down. It looks like from Kittle's reaction, it is against San Francisco from George Kittle's reaction. Waiting to hear from the officials. It is a touchdown for the moment, but let's see if this stands as called. And they wave it off. It is a touchdown. And George Kittle making a big-time catch, and the 49ers extend their lead to 10. Another 10-point lead. Who knows if they give it up again? Like they've done 3 out of their last... I don't know how many 10-point leads they've lost. I know they lost one against the Rams. I know they lost one against the Cardinals. Oh, man. Well, they were down against Kansas City majority of the game. So, pretty much 2 out of the 3 games that they have been in the lead by 10, they have had the chances to try to win the game and keep it there. But finally, the Niners doing something, and the kick is on the way, and it's good. The 49ers have the lead after having a struggling first half. They now have the lead 20-10 in this game. So now the 49ers have the lead, trying to get back at least into second, because the Cardinals are 4-4 as well, after a win against the Miami Dolphins a few hours ago. So if the Niners do win this game, they will bounce up to number 2 because of the Cardinals' win against the 49ers. So, man, the NFC West is just packed this year. It really is. The Seahawks, we did not expect them to have a 3-0 start, and then, of course, lost today to the Buffalo Bills. But this was a real test. And then the Rams, they have been kind of struggling because of their injuries. And then the Niners have also been struggling because of injuries. Everyone on the Rams was healthy when they did beat the Vikes. they were healthy, but it didn't end with without a little controversy. But I touched on that more in a video I made earlier in the week. But man, I just don't know with the NFC West these days, because it has been an insane year in the NFC West, because for about oh man, what would I give a percentage? About 70% of the year, the Seahawks have been leading the division. About 70% of the year, they led it through week 2, week 3, after the win they had against Miami, and then the Niners after the Niners lost to the Rams, and then the Vikings also. So they led the NFC West for week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and then the Niners won it. So then they would take the lead, and then the Niners lost, and then so they've been in the lead for 5 weeks. 5. I was not expecting the Seahawks to have the lead in the division for that long, but it's still wide open. The NFC West is loaded. And just from the other opponents in the NFC, like the Lions, the Vikings, somehow becoming a really sneaky team, have been going a little off the last few weeks. But it's interesting. It is really, really interesting on what we are seeing from some of these teams. The Lions, we had no idea that this team... we had an idea of what the Lions were going to do after... Oh, I got a text. I'm getting constant text from some family members, but isn't where you were all working great, America? Yep, and then... Grandma said, if I were Jerry Jones, my grandma that's watching this, if I were Jerry Jones, I would take back the... Oh, yep. Oh, of course. Yep. I understand that. But, I mean, the Lions, they've been a fraction of what they were last year. They're 6-1, leading the NFC North, but they're a force. Lions are a real force. But 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the 26 after the kick return. But we'll see what the Cowboys can do, if they can improvise and if they can try to get the lead back. Prescott hands it off to Zeke. Zeke up the middle, breaking tackles, and he is down to the 31 or 32 yard line of Dallas. So, man, this game is a pretty much must-win for both of these teams. It really is. The Niners, if they lose this game, they would bounce down to 3-5. If the Cowboys lose, they bounce down to 3-4. But I mean, there's still a lot of time left. It's still the 3rd quarter, so there's still time for the Cowboys to try to come back. Prescott in the shotgun, he's being pressured, throws, and it is incomplete over the head of Jake Ferguson. And now bring up 3rd and 4 for the Dallas Cowboys. Are they going to run into Zeke? That's what I would do, since he's been doing most of the work for the Cowboys offense. And it's what the Seahawks should be doing also. But I'm not going to get too far into that. But 3rd and 4 coming up for Dallas at their own 32-yard line. And Prescott, he takes the snap, looks to throw. He is going to tuck, and he is still looking, throws, and incomplete. It was intended on the sideline for either Charpent or someone else. I couldn't quite get the other number. But Bosa, he's constantly bringing pressure against Dak and the Cowboys. Nick Bosa, I call him the Terminator because he really is. Because he's terrifying. He can pressurize on offensive lines a lot. So now the Cowboys will have to punt it back to the 49ers. And it'll be Anger that punts it back. And it is caught at the 15 by Jacob Cowing, the rookie out of Arizona. out of the Arizona Wildcats. Yeah, some of the picks at first of the 49ers I have questioned. And, I mean, I don't know what it is with John Lynch, but he knows what he's doing. That brother knows what he is doing. So, oh, and it looks like a big name passed away, Jim Donovan. Looks like he was a head coach for some time. But, rest in peace, Jim Donovan. Rest in peace. But, I mean, let me know in the comments. I want to throw this question out there. Who do you think is the top AFC top dog? Of course, some people are going to say it's Kansas City. But I have another team that I might say is that. But I want to see if there is a way that anyone can put it in the chat. There's a live chat in this available. That is available. I'm going to see if anything pops up. Because we are on commercial. Okay, so I'm waiting for another few seconds before I reveal my top AFC dog. I haven't got anything. I'm just going to go on ahead and say mine. Mine is not the Chiefs because they have won very close, nitty-gritty games, especially against the Raiders about an hour ago. So, I'm going to say the Ravens. Because the Ravens, Derrick Henry has been going off. But I know they lost this past week. This week. But they're still dangerous. The AFC North is a nitty-gritty division. The AFC North is one of the hardest divisions in the NFL. And the Ravens, the way they've been playing on offense, the way that they have looked in defense, they look like the top dog of the entire AFC right now. Right, I will put them just a little smidge behind of Kansas City because the Chiefs have been looking really good, and for some reason they're still undefeated, which I did not expect at all. I would have expected the Chiefs to have at least one loss by now, but it's the Chiefs. Who do they play next week? Let me look at that up because I'm going to talk about their next game also. Let me see who they have that next week. Tampa Bay. So they should easily win that one too because they are without some of their big pieces in Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. And then that following week they play against their division rival, the Denver Broncos, or the Donkeys as I like to call them. But, man, we got some good primetime matchups coming up. You got a potential Super Bowl preview coming up in Week 10 between the Lions and the Texans. That is going to be a must-watch game. I'm going to try to see if I can do that on live. But a flip back to Isaac G, and he's got a lot of space. A gain of 4, maybe even 5 on the carry. Isaiah G, the rookie out of Louisville, looking like a big piece. And a really big steal, I believe, for the 49ers offense. Because, John Lynch knows what the heck he's doing. I know they're under 500 right now, but John Lynch knows what the heck he's doing. Because he clearly sees something that we don't, as other fans. He clearly sees something that we don't. But 2nd down and 6 coming up for the 49ers. And Purdy is going to keep it. He's done this a lot. And he's going to slide down at the 45. And wow, Purdy's just been looking good for the second half of this game. And now that blowout is starting to come out into effect for the Dallas Cowboys. The Niners have had the Cowboys number for the last 3 years. And they just continue to do it this year. They beat them in the playoffs twice. One into the wild card round where Dak Prescott made that very questionable run up the middle. And then the divisional round where they won in San Francisco. And then last year's primetime game where the Niners destroyed them 42 to 10 if I remember correct. And whoa, Purdy passes it down the field to Kittle and it is caught for a first down, San Francisco. Trying to at least get back in the NFC West picture because they pretty much need to get this win if they're going to get back in the picture, especially with potentially CMC coming back in week 10. But we'll see. The Niners are going to go into their bye week this week, so anything can happen in the NFC West. The Rams are looking good. The Seahawks, we didn't know they were going to look this good, although they did lose this week against Buffalo. That was a big real test. But Purdy, he's in the backfield. Purdy flips it back to Isaiah G again. Isaac G. And gets it to maybe 3 yards on the carry. So, no. Catch leaders, it looks like Kittle is close to passing Dwight Clark. Other guys on that list ahead of him are like Roger Craig, and then also along with like Terrell Owens and also Jerry Rice. So Kittle is nearing some of the top 49er greats in that category. So, I mean, the Niners, they're still a good team. I still believe they're going to make the playoffs, but if they lose this one, they're going to be in big question. And they get the snap off, but they blow it dead. I believe a timeout was called. Let's see who called it. San Francisco called a timeout. So that'll send us to commercial for at least 30 seconds. But as I was saying about some of the big primetime games coming up, you got a potential Super Bowl preview between the Lions and the Texans, my Super Bowl preview. And then you also got the next week with the Harbaugh Bowl going on in a few weeks on Monday night against Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh, Ravens and Chargers. That game is going to be really good. I really want to try to call that game because that game is going to be epic. To battle arguably two of the greatest coaches that have ever coached this game, that played against each other in a Super Bowl, which the Niners had lost to the Ravens at that time. But, of course, that was guys like Ray Lewis and Reed, Terrell Suggs, and those guys. But I still don't know why Kaepernick's not back in the league yet. He's a great guy, but I think it's because of that kneeling thing during the national anthem. And called by Isaac Green, but is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. And that will bring up third down for the 49ers. But the Niners, they've been doing good at adjusting in the second half. They've been doing a really good job of that. And I got to applaud them for that. But can they keep the lead? They've been struggling at keeping these 10-point leads. They are 1-2 when having 10-point leads. Yeah, sorry, I had to pass something over to my mom. But anyways, 3rd down and 7 coming up for the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy, he is in throwing, and it's caught by Debo. Down and still going, wrapped up inside of the 10. And the 49ers, again, are in 1st and goal. And the Niners are just looking to pile it on against the Dallas Cowboys. Which also, speaking of the Cowboys, I'm going to mention this at the break, but I have a shirt that I have customly made for this situation. I'm going to show it to y'all once we have a commercial break. So, be sure to stay tuned for that. But it was Malik Hooker on the tackle, the former Colt, from a few years ago. And then, so 1st and 10 at the 9.5-yard line, a handoff to Isaac G, the rookie, running down the left side and brought down for a gain of 1, maybe 2. And it is 2nd and goal. The rookie out of Louisville is having a night since Jordan Mason left. And Isaac G, I'm not gonna say his last name because his last name, I'm very hard at pronouncing last names. So I'm just gonna call him Isaac G. So 2nd down and goal coming up for the San Francisco 49ers. Purdy has been going off in the second half. The Niners have had a slow start in the first half, but are able to improvise in the second half. And Purdy hands it off to Debo. Debo down the right side. He is knocked out of bounds 2 yards short of the end zone. And now bring up 3rd down and goal from the Dallas Cowboys 2. And a Cowboy is down on the play. It is Overshawn. Oh, wait, no, not Overshawn. It was number 27, someone else. Let's see. I'm trying to get the name of the Cowboy that is down. It is number 27. I can't see the name because his back is on the ground. So, in that case, I believe we'll go to commercial. So, I wanted to show this because I had this custom made. And I ordered this just recently and it just arrived. I wanted to show it to you. So, back here I have a choke waiting to happen with Dak Prescott sitting down like in dismay. I'm not sure from what week game, but I have that in there. And then also at the front, I have this. I'm not sure if you guys can properly see it. It says Dallas Choke Boys with America's Biggest Joke on it. It's what I call it because they really are. Because they haven't made an NFC Championship game in almost 30 years now. So I've had that shirt. It's a little too small for me right now. But if I lose some weight, then I'll potentially be able to wear it. Because the size, I had a hard time. I was trying to get it out early. I put in extra large, but apparently it came in as medium. So I have to lose some weight in order to wear that. Well, I could wear it, but I would have to probably wear a shirt underneath. But we'll wait and see what happens. But I'm going to try my best to see if I can wear that thing. Because I want to wear it whenever those Cowboys lose. Because I respect the team. It's just the Cowboy fans I cannot. The Cowboy fans I just cannot stand. At least I've seen some Cowboy fans. Some of them are being realistic now that Jerry is not doing what he has to do. Because Jared Jones, on what he said, when explaining why he didn't go after Derrick Henry, what the heck, man? I mean, really. You had a chance to go out there and get King Henry, who leads the NFL in rushing yards. And Jordan Mason's the second leading rusher. But you had a chance to go out and get one of the best rushers in the NFL. And you pass on him like that? That is just a no-no for the Cowboys. And they ain't going to win a Super Bowl as long as Jerry is in office. And he ain't going to fire himself because he's both a part-time owner and the GM. So, Cowboy fans are starting to wake up to what he's doing. Which, I'm kind of happy about that, but I'm kind of not. Because I really want the Cowboys to get high hopes. Just to have their expectations at the high. And then to come crashing down. That's what I want to see from Jared Jones. Talking like himself, just saying the Cowboys are a good team and all that. But really, I want to see him trying to give some of the Cowboy fans hope. Just so they can only fall in the playoffs. But here we go. Second and goal and third and goal. He is in for the touchdown. San Francisco once again on the board. Brock Purdy with the sneak. And this game is just being blown out the front door. This game is just turned upside down. With 36 remaining in the third quarter, this game has just been blown wide open for the 49ers. And man, I'm not sure if he might have gotten there. I'm not sure, but it's very hard to tell. It's very hard to tell. It has to be indisputable video evidence. I don't think there's enough to overturn that. I don't think there's enough to overturn that ruling. But, man, it has become a really nitty-gritty season for the Cowboys. They're just not looking good. The Commanders, whoa. The Commanders are sure something. Watch out for the Commanders because they are something. And I don't know if the two viewers in here saw, but Jaden Daniels threw a Hail Mary. I'm going to touch on that here in a second. But the kick is up and it's good. So the 49ers have a 27-10 lead after being down 10-6. And they're just blowing this game right out the front door. But Jaden Daniels, earlier, I was off of the stream at the time. And I was like, wow. Because that was just incredible from what I had seen from Jaden Daniels. So just to summarize it, if you haven't seen it, be sure to go look it up later. It was basically a So Jaden Daniels was in the backfield. He was looking to try and pass a Hail Mary. He was scrambling around trying to run plays. And then he went for a deep bomb thrown at the 35, threw it to the end zone. It was batted in the air by a Bears defender and was caught and hauled in by Noah Brown, sitting wide open in the back for a walk-off Hail Mary touchdown. So, man, this is, that was just amazing by Jaden Daniels. And the Commanders, they're something to be feared right now because they're sitting at 6-2. Only 3 wins away from having a 9-win season. But the kickoff back to the Cowboys, kick out of bounds, that'll set the Cowboys up at the 40 or 45 yard line, if I am correct. The 40 or 45 yard line. I'm not sure because of the new rules of the new kickoff formation. I'm not sure. But it was a close game at first, but now it's just being blown out right the front door. It's being blown out the front door. The Niners are just blowing this game open. And it is up to the 40. Just like the if it can't land in the landing zone, pretty much. So Prescott hands it off up the middle to Cook. Cook up the middle, and he's got maybe 3 to 4 yards on the carry. And Cook, and that guy that we saw down earlier, number 27, is now in the medical tent. So he is being checked out. So we'll see what happens. I'll tell you guys information once I have it. So we'll see. But Prescott trying to lead the Cowboys down from 17 down. And there's still time. They still have a few seconds remaining. And that is the end of the third quarter. So now we are going into the fourth. And the Cowboys are down 17, 27-10. With a whole another quarter left to play. And dang, it's not looking good for the Cowboys. Which is, I'm cool with either side losing. I'm cool with either side. But it's looking like the Niners are going to take it because they are just looking really good right now. But, and I'm looking at some of the primetime games. One I have my eye on in the next couple of weeks. This is a Week 15 showdown on Sunday night. Seahawks, Packers. It has been a great rivalry in the past, but after the game against Buffalo, I do have some concerns going into that game. Jordan Love, of course, went down earlier today with an injury. We're still waiting to hear on what happened there. Malik Willis ended up stepping in and leading the Packers to a game-winning field goal against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I went over a video a few months ago. I'm not sure if you all know this, but the Texans and the Lions both have new jerseys. They had that black alternate uniform that we saw from the Lions on Monday night against Seattle when they wore it, which, heck, there was no way they were going to lose in their black alternates. There was no way in heck they were going to do that. And then there was the Texans. Man, I loved the Texans jerseys. I really do. I would show you images, but I'm not sure. But they have this battle red. It's kind of like, I'm not sure if I can exemplify it really good. It's basically all red, and it has horns going down the side of the jersey. Has the numbers up here, and then has a stripe down the side, making it look like it's a horn. And then they have these all red helmets with these horns, with like a horn design in the helmet. It is really, really cool. And I might want to give myself one of them jerseys because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get jerseys for each team. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm trying to get jerseys for each team. I have a favorite player listed for each team, so I'm going to try my best to get those jerseys. I have a favorite for both defense and offense. I'm going to try to get it so that way I can do some fan reactions. So, like, coming from like a fan perspective on what would happen. So I'm going to try to get that series set up. It might have a debut at the beginning of next year because I only have a Seahawks jersey right now. In the future, I should hopefully have more. So we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping to try to get some from various different teams. But of course, some good players for each team. And a player for the Niners, Winters, is being escorted back to the locker room. It looks like he might be done because he was with athletic trainers, but he's being evaluated for a concussion. He's being evaluated for a concussion. And Prescott looks to throw it. He has time. Time runs out, and he is sacked. It is number 91 for the San Francisco 49ers. And it is, I can't get the name. And what a huge sack made by the 49ers. And that will force the Cowboys to punt it away again. But, man. And, man, Bosa was being limited also. So, somehow, 91 was able to get there and get the pressure. Oh, Bosa kind of forced him to run up the field a little bit. So, that was just a good move. So, Anger now will punt it back to the 49ers. And a fair catch signaled by Chris Conley. And that will be down near the 20-yard line. It is 27-10, and it's looking like this ball game might be up if the Cowboys cannot get on the board. But yeah, my goodness. This game has been... It started off kind of slow for the Niners, but then they kind of started to get into their groove. So they've been trying to get into their groove, and they did so. So now they're trying to extend their lead to maybe 35-0, maybe even 34-0. But the Cowboys, their season might just be over because they can't win ball games that are big and nitty-gritty. And they just can't seem to beat really good teams. I mean, the 3 wins that they have, I'm trying to date it back. The Browns, they're under 500. The, who else? The Steelers, they're over 500, but I still have some questions about their offense. There was one other team that the Cowboys had lost to. Or beat, by that. Oh, the Giants. And they're under 500. So pretty much, almost, the only team that they beat that's over 500 is the Steelers. That's the only team they've beaten over that's over 500. And, I mean, this is an interesting season for the Cowboys. And I just think they're done because the Eagles, they're still a dominant force. And the Commanders, they're dominant. They're a force to be reckoned with right now. They're really a force to be reckoned with. But man, I mean, Commanders might be my underdogs and try to make the playoffs because they're 6-2 right now. They are looking good. They are looking dominant. I mean, I might have to call some of the games. I'm not sure what other primetime games there are. Thursday night next week is against the Texans and the Jets. I unfortunately cannot do any Thursday night games because I don't have Prime. That's the only downside to that. So I will try to get my sorry, I'm getting a little tired because this has been a long game. I'm trying to see if I can do at least 2 games in the morning, like one in the early time, but I have church as well. And then I'm trying to do at least 1 afternoon game and then Sunday night and Monday night. That's what I'm trying to aim to do. And this upcoming week, I've got a bunch of decisions to make because we're in a bit of a skid right now. Still trying to apply for jobs, but we'll see how that goes. I have an interview tomorrow, so hopefully that goes okay. But we'll see. I've had a job for a while. I'm using Indeed Flex. I'm not sure if all of y'all are familiar with that, but it's pretty cool. If you want me to elaborate on that, let me know. But the Niners, they are just still being dominant. And a run by Isaac G, the rookie out of Louisville, for 9 yards. And Purdy hands it off up the middle again, close to the first down. It'll depend on the spot. And the line judge is marking it a yard shot, a half a yard shot. There's a few different positions to officiating because I was a high school official for some time. So I know some of the positions of officiating on what they're supposed to be looking for and where they're supposed to watch. But 3rd and 1 coming up for the 49ers. The Cowboys desperately need to try to get the stop. And a Garden rookie for now. And it is a little trickery. Purdy trying to run up the left side, and he has to throw it. It almost intercepted. That would have been a great interception for the Cowboys if they had been able to come out with that. And now it is 4th and 1. Do you try to make him jump, or do you just punt it? What I would do in this situation if I was a coach, I would have the offense out there, wait to see if they jump, and then if they don't, just let the 5-minute penalty, 5-yard penalty count. That's what I would do. But it looks like the Niners are going to punt it back to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys get a much needed stop. And the kick almost blocked, and it is caught a fair catch by Kevondre Turpin. But the Cowboys, they pretty much need a touchdown on this drive, or this game is over. Pretty much. If the Cowboys cannot improvise on that stop, this game is over because they're down by 17 right now, and that would be 2 touchdowns and a field goal. But what I'm going to do is when a Monday night doubleheader comes, if it does pop up again, what I'm going to do is I am going to see if I can set up a poll on like a vote. And if whatever one gets the most amount of votes, I will do. So if that Monday night doubleheader does come back into gear, I know there's some good games coming up on Christmas weekend. And for some reason, sorry, getting tired. On Christmas, I know there's at least 2 games. I know there's some really good ones. I know, was it the Chiefs and the Texans? Was it that? I'm trying to remember. And then there was one other. I'm not sure what it was. And I know there's some Thanksgiving games coming up also. And also Black Friday, which is also on Prime, which is the Raiders going on the road to Kansas City, which the Raiders almost beat them, which I was surprised on that. I was surprised on how close that game was. But this game has been was back and forth to start, but now it's kind of the Niners taking over. Also, I will be live tomorrow for the Giants and Steelers game. I will be live tomorrow. I'm going to try to get my software going for that stream, and if I can't, I'll just try to see if I can do a what is it? I'll see if I can do it on the iPad again. If I can't get the computer working, which it's going to be interesting to see. But the Niners and Cowboys are 2 of the most successful NFC franchises in the NFC. They've had each have had 8 Super Bowl appearances, which 5 they have won, but 0 Super Bowls in the last 28 years for both of these teams combined. Niners tried to win it last year, but couldn't do it because they can't beat the Chiefs. And the Cowboys, they just can't get back to the championship. And there is a flag down on the pre-snap, and it is a false start against Dallas. And, man, the Niners have been close for the last 5 years. But this is pretty much it. It's either this year or their window is shut, in my eyes. Because you got lots of guys to pay. You got George Kittle to pay. You got loads of pieces to pay, especially Purdy, because he's going to be looking for his money. But Dak hands it off to Zeke. Zeke tries to get up the middle, maybe a gain of 1 or 2. And it is second down and maybe 8. Well, pretty much this is it for the Cowboys. It's either this or they're done. Prescott throws. It is caught by Zeke behind the line. Only a gain of 2 in, because of the penalty. My bad. Gained 1 on the play, the last down, but gained a few on that play, but that'll make it third down and manageable for the Dallas Cowboys. Trying to get back over 500, and the Cowboys trying to avoid going under 500 for the first time since 2020. Prescott looks to throw it. Throws a bomb deep right, and it is intercepted, but it looks like there's a flag, and it looks like it's going to be pass interference on Tarvarius Ward. It is going to be pass interference against the longtime Niners corners, Tarvarius Ward, and it will be. So it is a first down for the Cowboys after the penalty. And let's see here. Ward, he kind of pushed off and then kind of was contacting him. He kind of pushed off, so that I'll give to the refs. That I'll kind of give to him because it's fair. And it's a penalty. So now, because of the penalty, the Cowboys are up to the 49-yard line of their zone. And Prescott, in the shotgun, looks to throw it. Pressure comes, throws, and it's incomplete over the head of 89. And Prescott had to throw it away because pressure was coming. Whew. Man. But tomorrow I will be live, so I'll be live during the Giants and Steelers game. I'll have the link out by tomorrow because I'm a little tired today, so I'm going to hit the bed right after this game. So 2nd and 10 now for the Cowboys. Prescott looks to throw. He throws deep left side, and it is incomplete, intended for Lamb, just underthrew him. And it's 3rd and 10 now for the Cowboys. Can the Niners get the stop and force the Cowboys to punt? It's 4-down territory for the Cowboys pretty much. It's 4-down territory because they have no other choice. Hey. But 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Dallas Cowboys. Trying to get the first down. They need to get to at least the 41-yard line to get it. Prescott looks to throw. He is in trouble. Throws. It is caught by Jake Ferguson, but is not going to get enough. Wrapped up by the long All-Pro in Fred Warner. Now it is 4th down, and they're going to have to go for it because it is that time of the game where they have to get desperate. 4th down and 4 coming up for the Cowboys. Last chance for the Cowboys in this game because the clock is just continuing to tick down. Last shot for the Cowboys. Prescott looks to throw. He does, and it is caught. And it is Kevondre Turpin. He has been a good number 2 receiver, and he makes a big catch for a huge first down for Dallas. And the Cowboys are not dead just yet, but it's getting close. Caught at the 30 down to maybe the 29. And Prescott in the back, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Quick throw to the right. It is caught by number 1. And out of bounds, it is Turpin. I believe, for the team. So it is 2nd down and 1 now. It's probably going to be a run to Zeke or whoever's in the backfield. Cowboys are trying to get themselves back into this fight, but it might be a little too late for the Cowboys. And Prescott looks to throw it. He has time, throws right side. It is caught by CeeDee Lamb down inside of the 6. And the Cowboys got another first down, 1st and goal coming up for the Cowboys. And there is still a lot of time remaining in this game. And need to get in the end zone for a touchdown. They need to get in the end zone this time. But what a grab by CeeDee. Grabbing it out there in the edge. Great catch by the Cowboys. And Prescott hands it off up the middle. But it's snuffed immediately. A loss of 2 forced by Fred Warner, the big linebacker for San Francisco. But what a read by Fred Warner. He had a lane wide open. A guard tried to block him, but it was too late because Fred Warner was the man that got there. 2nd and goal coming up for the Cowboys. I cannot see how much time is left. And 2nd and goal coming up for Dallas. Prescott, he looks to throw. Has time, throws, end zone, wide open, caught, touchdown Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb for the touchdown. And a huge touchdown, and then the Cowboys are not dead yet with 7:58 to go. The Cowboys have been undefeated on the road, trying to keep that streak alive. And they got a touchdown, so the Cowboys are not dead just yet. With 7:58 remaining in the game. Cowboys are not done yet. And who is covering Lamb? He was wide the frick open. And now a point attempt coming up for the Cowboys. Kick is on the way, and it is good. And just like that, it is a 10-point game. The 49ers are 1-2 when having 10-point leads. Trying to hope to not give up another 10-point lead this time. But Prescott, that was a good pass, I gotta admit. That was a good pass. And good job finding the wide open man instead of firing towards a double coverage like Brock Purdy did last week. But man, this game, it's 7 minutes, about under 8 minutes, 2 seconds, under 2 seconds remaining in the, under 2 seconds of 8 minutes remaining in the game. So there is still time for the Cowboys to try to come back. There is still time. But first off, before I go any further, the Jets. They have just been a terrible team. They got obliterated by the Patriots. And pretty much Aaron Rodgers, he's not a shell of what he was. He is just bad. And the Jets are not going to make the playoffs. They are not going to make it because Aaron Rodgers is playing like hot garbage. And he's playing like an old vet. And then just their whole team as a whole, ever since they fired Robert Saleh, they are just not the same. But Robert Saleh is still up and available for hiring. And I'm currently making this. I'm not sure if he's going to get hired at anywhere for a defensive coordinator job, but it's a high possibility. It's a very high possibility. A team I think that needs to go after Robert Saleh, the Raiders. The Raiders need to go after him because Robert Saleh, his defensive schemes with guys like Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, they're going to be good. The Raiders, they've been kind of this up and down franchise. They were good near the end of the stretch, but they just can't seem to get their offense going. And their offense is the main reason that they are doing so bad right now. And if they were to get a quarterback, they would be pretty much set. And you don't know where Justin Fields is going to go if the Steelers are going to extend him, which I think they should, because the Steelers, at this rate, they're not going to get a top pick because they're just so good at staying over 500. And there's some really good quarterbacks up and available in this year's draft. There really are. So we'll see if that is going to be coming as a key factor. But only a few days remaining before the trade deadline. We'll see if any big-time trades come at the deadline. But a run, and it'll be returned down to the 30.5-yard line for the 49ers. So, and the Niners have seemed to start slow. The Niners are 3-4, have been 3-4 for the third time in the last 4 seasons. And in 2021 they finished 10-7. They lost in the NFC Championship game. And then 2022 they finished 3-4, had a 10-game win streak, and then just went off. But it's getting somewhere. San Francisco is doing something, but I just don't think they're going to get to the Super Bowl because they can't be Kansas City. Run down the right side is Isaac G again, gets knocked out of bounds. About a gain of 5 on the carry. But the Niners, the Cowboys need to get a stop right now. If they have a shot, they need to force at least a takeaway on Purdy. They do not have one this game. So this would be a good time for the Cowboys to try to pick it off. Because right now the Niners are winning the turnover battle 2-0. As I'm currently seeing this. So 2nd and 6 coming up for Brock Purdy in the Niners offense. 2 seconds remaining on the play clock, and then flips it back to Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall down the left side. He's got space, a first down and more, out of bounds inside of the 30. The rookie out of Florida with a big gain. And what a trickery. They flipped it back to him on a wide receiver reverse. And that was a good play by the 49ers offense. That was an amazing trick play. They've been so good at that for the past few years. They've been really good at that, of making those trick plays. Which, if the other NFC West teams are going to have a chance, they need to figure out Kyle Shanahan's offense. They really do. Which the Cardinals and Rams have been able to do that so far, as the only 2 teams in the division. And the flag comes in at the start. It is a gain of 3 at the moment. There is a flag down as the play was happening. It's either offsides or an illegal shift. Still waiting to hear from the ref. It looks like from the referee signal, it looks like it's illegal from either illegal formation or illegal shift. And it is, so it's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot, and it'll replay first down. It was the rookie out of Florida guilty of the penalty, Ricky Pearsall, guilty of the penalty. And the Niners, I mean, they're still good. They're still a good team. They just got to stay healthy. If the Niners stay healthy, they can still make the playoffs at the very least. So instead of 1st and 10, it's a 1st and 15. Handoff up the middle, and it is number 32 this time. One of the backup running backs instead of Isaac G. And it's 2nd down now. Ricky Pearsall coming back out onto the field for the 49ers. And the rookie has yet to score his first touchdown of his NFL career. He still has yet to score a touchdown. So it's 2nd down now for the 49ers. Purdy, he's about to, and the huddle comes out. It is 2nd down and 10 for the 49ers. Trying to put this game away. And a handoff up the middle, and it is number 36 on the carry. So, and that'll be a few yards of gain. But that'll bring up 3rd down for the 49ers. But, we'll see what ends up happening. There's still a lot of time left in this game. But it's looking like it's out of reach for the Cowboys, especially since the Niners are now in field goal range. It's 3rd down and 6 coming up for San Francisco. The Cowboys need like a pick 6 here. They really do. So, and Purdy, He takes a snap, looks to throw it. He has time, looks to throw. Being pressured, throws, and it is out of bounds, incomplete. And it will be out of bounds, so that'll force the 49ers to a field goal, which will probably likely put this game away. Because the Cowboys just cannot come back. Because if they make the field goal, it's going to be 30-17. Right? So it either needs to be blocked or they need to miss it. He's been perfect on the night. Carlson has been perfect tonight. So seeing if he can make a 41-yard attempt. And snap is off. Kick is on the way, and it is right up through the middle and good. And that might do it for the 49ers because they still have the lead with a few minutes remaining. And the 49ers are still unmatched. The Cowboys have just not been able to put up answers when they had to. And with about 4 minutes remaining, it looks like this game is wrapped up. So the Cowboys will try their best to try to get back in this game. Pretty much right now they need a touchdown with a 2-point. They either need a touchdown, they need 2 touchdowns. So they either need to score a touchdown in like a minute and then force the 49ers 3 and out, or they need to score a touchdown and go with an onside kick. So, and they could do an ambush if it was the last year's kickoff formation. They could do an ambush, but that's out of the rules now. So now it'll be Carlson to kick it back to the Cowboys, and the kick is on its way. But the 49ers, if they win, they will win this. It looks like they're going to win this game, and they'll bounce back up to second place in the NFC West. And with the Rams sitting at 3-4, they will be in last place of the division. The Seahawks will be in third. And then the 49ers will be in second. And the Cardinals will sit solid at number 1 of the NFC West for a week. At the very least. Because the Niners, they're about to go on to their bye week and then open up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They should win that game. Prescott in trouble. Flips it back to Zeke. It is caught. But close to the line, maybe a loss of a half a yard. But, oh, great. Come on. TV's glitching out on me. Not now, when the game is right this close. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Back and try to make it full screen. Hold on. There we go. All right, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. It's just my dogs. But Prescott looks to throw, throws a bomb. It is caught by Lamb. He's got space down in the 25 and wraps up around the 20. And the Cowboys are moving very quickly. They do not want to give the Niners that much. They do not want to have that much time wasted. And what a big catch. And the Cowboys still have all 3 of their timeouts. So they could likely try to get the ball back if they do score a touchdown. But we'll see what they do. It's either an onside kick or rely on your defense. I'll personally try to rely on the defense. But onside kick, that's a 50-50 either way. But a player is down for San Francisco again. Injuries are just piling on for the Niners. And it is Beeler, I believe is his name. Number 51. Let's see what happened. Oh, he got hit right in the hip cage by Zeke. And it is 51. He's up on his feet, and he seems to be okay. I think it's Bean Jr. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with that name. So 1st and 10 now for the Cowboys at the 20, inside the red zone again. Prescott looks to throw to the end zone. Caught, touchdown. The Cowboys are not dead yet, as a touchdown for the Cowboys comes in late. The Cowboys are not finished yet. And with an extra point, they'll make it a 6-point game. But right now, it is a 7-point game. And the Cowboys have a spark of life in this big game. A little spark. But not much. So if the Cowboys can try, if they come back in this game, I don't know what I'm going to say. But an extra point attempt now for Dallas, as Brandon Aubrey will kick it up. Kick is on the way, and it is right up through the middle. It is good. And the Cowboys are back within 6. 30-24. And the Cowboys are not dead just yet. With 3 minutes to go, there is still time for the defense to force a turnover or a 3-and-out. And oh, man. That was just bad defense communication. Number 0 and number 27 collided on the play. So that left CeeDee Lamb wide open. That left CD wide open to get the touchdown. So the Cowboys are not done yet. But they still need a lot of things to go their way to try to get themselves back in this fight. So we'll see what the Cowboys can try to do on defense. They were doing good at limiting the 49ers in the first half. The defense got a very short rest as a 1-minute drive came in. So we'll see if the Cowboys can try to get a takeaway. The defense has not had a takeaway in 2 games. I don't think they've had a takeaway in 3 games, which is a long time for the Cowboys. So here we go. And it is punted into the end zone, and it will be kneeled in the end zone for a touchback that will set the 49ers up at the 30. And now it is big desperation time for the Cowboys. Deebo Samuel going into the medical tent once again. Not sure what it's for. You know, it looks like the one I'm listening to is in Spanish. So, but either way, I'll be able to let you guys know. He has a rib injury. Ribs. Deebo Samuel has his ribs hurt. So the defense trying to step up big time. They need to get a stop to keep the game alive. Or force a takeaway. Purdy in the shotgun. He looks to throw. Runs out to his right. And he's going to be slide down around for a 6-yard gain on the carry. And it'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for San Francisco. Dallas trying to get a very big takeaway. They are trying to get something going here. Can they do it? So the Cowboys' upcoming schedule is not going to get easier. They got to go on the road against Atlanta next week, then at home against the Eagles and the Texans. Then on the road against Washington, and then at home against the Giants. So, 4 of those 5 teams are over 500. So, those are going to be very big games. Meanwhile, the 49ers, next 4 games they have, they got a bye week upcoming, then open up against Tampa Bay in Tampa, and then at home against Seattle, and then on the road 2 straight games against the Packers and the Bills on Sunday night. So that will be an interesting game if that game does not get flexed. Hopefully it doesn't. So the Niners trying to get a big first down. The Cowboys trying to get a stop. Purdy, he is in trouble and he's sacked. He is wrapped down and brought down by number 13, Overshawn, in there for the sack. And a huge 3rd down upcoming for the Niners. And the Cowboys, if they can get this stop, they'll have about 2 minutes to go. Trying to come back. The Niners have been notorious for giving up 10-point leads. This would be, if they lose this game, this would be a prime example of that. Oh my goodness. But man, number 13 on number 13. Pretty much on that one. So that will bring up third down, and I'm not sure on number 11. I'm not sure, but it's a huge third down oncoming for the 49ers. Third down and 10. The Cowboys use their second timeout. They only have one timeout remaining, and also still the 2-minute warning, so they still have time. So the Cowboys still have time. They need to get this stop here. Purdy in shotgun, looks to throw, pressure comes, caught by Juszczyk, and is short. He is short, and it is down at the 36. Not enough for the first down, and the Cowboys are getting it back. Woo! Oh my goodness. Are we about to see a 10-point comeback again? Oh my goodness. Oh my gracious. Things just got intense in San Francisco. Things just got intense. And I have the Niners picked, so, I mean, either way, it's a win because I want both these teams to lose, but my goodness. If the Cowboys win this game, I'll be 8-7 of the week. And then, of course, it's still the game tomorrow on Monday night. Oh my goodness. All game long, it all comes down to the shoulders of Dak. He had a drive on Sunday night a few weeks ago against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where they were able to come back and win the game in the last seconds. But do the Cowboys have room for a vintage moment in them? Can they do it? And the punt is back down in. And looks like it'll take a Cowboy bounce to the 25-yard line, and that is where the Cowboys will start. And what it looked to be like game over has just turned into a very close game, and a potential maybe last-second game-winning drive for Dak Prescott. He had one 2 Monday nights ago. Three Sunday nights ago against Pittsburgh. Does Prescott have room for a vintage moment in him right now? It is 1st and 10 from the Cowboys' 25-yard line. But man, this is big. Prescott in the shotgun, looks to throw, and is nearly intercepted by Fred Warner. And that would have been the game if Warner had picked that off. Oh my gracious, that was close. If you're a Cowboy fan, that was close. And Prescott, man, I don't know what the heck he was doing. I think he was trying to throw it over the middle to CD. Yeah, he was trying to throw it over the middle to CD. But Warner just was able to get a hand on it. But almost intercepted, though. Prescott in the backfield. Looks to throw. He takes the snap. He's got time. Escapes out to the right. Throws, and it is incomplete. Almost picked off again. And it brings up 3rd down and 10. The Niners trying to avoid giving up a third 10-point lead. They are 1-2 when having 10-point leads. Trying to avoid giving up a third. And it's 3rd down and 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. 49er fans are getting loud in Santa Clara. And it is getting noisy in there. I can't hear it because I don't want to play the audio. But it is getting very noisy. And the play clock's ticking down. And Prescott in shotgun throws a bomb dart deep down the left field. Almost caught! It is almost caught by Kevondre Turpin. And that would have been a first down if he had hauled that in. 4th down upcoming. Game on the line. So, let's see. Oh, Lindor might have gotten away with a little shove or maybe a little hold. But, I mean, that's very close. But, I mean, this is it. Last chance for the Cowboys. 4th down and 10. Niners trying to end this game right now. Prescott in shotgun, has time, throws, and it is incomplete. But it was contact, and there is no flag. There is no flag. And that do it. That looked like it was overthrown, and there was a lot of contact on 83. It was Ward and number 20 and Jair Brown with a little shove in the back and overthrown. I think they're saying that it was an uncatchable ball. So that is not a catchable ball. So Cowboys sideline wanted a flag, but they ain't gonna get it. So I mean I think they're taking it into account that it was over the head of the receiver, and that it was an uncatchable ball. Now the Niners can just knee it, can just end this game, unless there's a turnover. But now at the Cowboys 25, and a handoff up the middle to the rookie out of Louisville, Isaac G, with a 4 to 5 yard carry. But the 49ers are looking like they're going to escape and avoid losing another 10-point lead. Oh man, it was a nail biter, but the Niners have pulled it out, I believe. I can't see how much time is left, but I think one more first down will do it. I cannot see how much time. I know we're close to the 2-minute warning. I know we're close.
Turn off closed caption.
Yeah, let me see if. Hold on. Let me see if I can get the closed captions off to see if I can see the time. It looks like it's at the 2-minute warning. It does look like it's at the 2-minute warning. There we go. I got closed captions turned off. But man, the Niners looking like they're going to come out with this one. But George Kittle becoming a big factor. He was open in the receiving game, and he had a touchdown earlier. So we are at the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning has just happened. So if the Niners get one more first down, the Niners will come out with the win. But there's still a lot of time. 2 minutes remaining. The Cowboys have no timeouts. So if they get a first down, it is over. Handoff up the middle and is wrapped down. Only a gain of 3. Close to the first down, but it looks like it's going to be over either way because the Niners are in field goal range. So if they get the stop, that is not going to be good for the Cowboys, which will end their game and likely end their season. So the Cowboys tried to come back, but Prescott could not ultimately shine in the moment when it mattered the most. The Niners have had 2 interceptions on Dak Prescott, and Prescott, they probably want a refund for that. And it looks like it is a handoff, and Isaiah G has got the first down the sideline, and he slides down to avoid going in the end zone. That is a smart move by the young rookie, and that will do it. The 49ers escape with a win against the Dallas Cowboys. And with that, the Cowboys season is highly likely over. And it has been over pretty much. But I can finally say, how about them Cowboys? Huh? I can't wear it, but it's pretty cool. But man, that is it. They're just going to take a knee, and this game is over. The 49ers escape and survive against Dallas. They'll enter onto their bye in second place of the NFC West behind the Arizona Cardinals, and then will come off their bye week in 2 weeks against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that are banged up as heck. But they were able to get a huge win against the Cowboys and was very much needed in order to keep their playoff hopes alive. So now that this win is in there for the 49ers, they now move to 4-4. The Cowboys drop to 3-4. What the Niners record was going into this game. The Cowboys fall once again, and the 49ers are back in their division. They're back in the division race, as they are currently sitting in second place of the NFC West behind the Arizona Cardinals. But anyways, I'm going to end this stream here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to do me a favor and smash that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But until tomorrow, I will be doing Giants and Steelers. So be sure to tune in for that. But anyways, I'll catch you all in the stream tomorrow against the Giants and the Steelers. Ciao for now.